Greetings, sentient beings. This broadcast is not intended for children. There will be strong language and adult themes.
It's Purple's fault.
Yep.
Why is it my fault?
Well, I got the message that the show was starting, and I read it, and I thought for sure it said 20 o'clock, and I was just waiting.
Well, welcome to the Dyslexic Day.
Dyslexia?
Yep. You know, I was sure I'd had it somehow trying to pronounce it again. But yeah, that's basically how my brain normally works when I'm reading. That I get a big jumble of letters and I have to read a sentence 4 times to get them all in the right order.
I have it even worse sometimes. The letters move around on me and change.
And I see in the side chat so far we have Greg Hartwick and Molly. And Spooky Bed Hair.
Spooky Bed Hair? What the hell kind of name is that?
I don't know. Did I get the letters in the wrong order again? If it says something else.
Thought it said Snoopy Bed Hair.
Daily Sex Day sounds good to me. I'll go for that one.
That's pretty good, Spooky.
Hey, Sammy-san. Yeah, Sammy's being extra cuddly because he's afraid since I've been gone 2 weekends in a row, I'm going to do it again.
Well, you should. Teach that damn cat a lesson.
No. Hey.
Just look at him straight in the eye and say, don't be such a pussy, okay?
Hey, Sammy is my bestest pal. Okay. He is one world's greatest roommate 8 years in a row. Because nobody would ever believe that a kitty can be so polite.
Sandy. Hi, Sandy.
Hey, Sandy. Oh.
Nice, perfectly fresh, instant coffee. Nothing better.
I already finished my coffee.
I got my tea again. I was so wiped out from being away that actually took me a day and a half just to make iced tea again. That was a struggle.
So I got something I'd like to discuss with everybody, but I think we should have more people in the chat so we can get more opinions.
Well, I do have an announcement for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, next month we'll be beginning a new season on our show. And I appreciate all of you here on the panel helping me out. So at the start of the new season, you are all getting a 15% pay raise.
No, don't. No, you can't afford that. Keep it.
Also, starting next month, I will start recruiting for the Christmas marathon. But, I'm going to wait till Halloween is over because, Christmas has already absorbed Thanksgiving. So we got to draw the line somewhere and we can't let it bleed over into Halloween.
There are already places that have Christmas stuff out.
I know.
I know. My sister put up a Christmas tree with a jack-o'-lantern on top of it.
I think they should just stop putting the Christmas stuff away. I think they should just leave it up year round.
At this rate.
Actually, my late fiance and I did that one year. We left the Christmas tree up all year, and we just started putting, different ornaments on it for whatever holiday it was that month.
We have a local resident here on Highway 16 that has a tree out next to their driveway at the road, and it's a fairly open tree. I don't really know what kind of tree it is. I haven't remembered that. But every holiday or season or whatever, they hang ornaments in that tree that relate to that season, holiday or whatever.
Yep.
Like right now, they have school buses because school has been freshly starting. I imagine they'll be changing to Halloween stuff pretty soon.
Hi, Tori.
I think that's really neat. That the ornaments are really cute, and they do it dependably every year. It's they never miss. It's really nice to do that.
Well, if it's a natural tree that's always there, that's cool.
I think it's kind of interesting when they're the like the skeletons that are like 10, 15 feet tall.
Yeah.
And they just stay in the yard all year long. And I suspect it's because, well, where are you going to put the darn thing during the off season?
I cut it up, disjunct it.
Now,
Then the next year, put it up with all kinds of obvious braces and band-aids all over it.
Yeah, or skeletons are just an organic Lego set. It's
well,
just take them apart, put them together.
see, that's what I was gonna say, is that people need to stop buying these plastic skeletons because they are polluting the ecology, the environment, and it's much better to use natural skeletons. I mean, they're not difficult to find. They're walking around all over the place. And when you're done with them, they're completely biodegradable.
Let's see you find one of those 12-footers.
Yeah, but cleaning them off, it can be a hassle.
No, actually cleaning them off is easy.
It just takes a while.
No, well,
No,
it does take a while, but all you have to do, is put them in like a swimming pool full of cockroaches.
Ah.
Bugs
screw
do all
that.
the
Just
work for you.
Stake them down next to an anthill.
Yeah.
Gone in a week.
The insects will do all the work for you. You don't have to do anything. That's the way they clean off the bones at the Science Museum to prepare them for display. I'm not sure exactly what kind of bugs it is they use, but
They use specific type of beetles.
yeah. Yeah, I just don't remember what kind of beetles it is. But hey, that would actually work great for me. That the beetles can clean off the skeleton, and then I can give all the beetles to Molly's son to feed to his bearded dragon.
That was the a sound recording of the Egyptian Angostura beetle that will clean bones.
Oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we'll have to get Mage to add that one to the Steam Deck there.
So I've been watching these videos and stuff that are coming through from Portland, which I now announce is the city with the best sense of humor on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
And they're doing all these demonstrations right out in front of the Gestapo headquarters, and demonstrating how dangerous of a place that Portland is by having all these dancing T-Rexes and other dinosaurs, and there was a raccoon, there was a banana, there was.
Yep.
I happen to have grabbed some footage for this.
Well, please do share. I'm just thinking that this is a wonderful way to just stick your ass in the government's face.
Yeah. So here's a image of Portland burning. Oops, hit the wrong button.
But Portland is unbelievable what's going on in Portland. The destruction of the city. Well,
And
I'm
look
gonna
at all that
it now
destruction.
because
Yep.
I didn't know that was still going on. This has been going on for years. So we'll be able to stop.
Oh,
Well, so-
Portland does have a problem if Barney showed up.
well, see, I was just thinking about this, and I started looking on Amazon, and there is quite the collection of different inflatable costumes that you can get.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I found myself not being able to decide which one to get. So I posted two possibles up there. Now, one you already saw in the video there, and that would be the unicorn. But there's different styles of unicorns. Okay, there's white ones, there's light purple ones. Some have a rainbow mane, some have just a multicolor mane. There's one where you can be, walking along and the unicorn, you're on the unicorn's back and that sort of thing. Yeah, there's one of the unicorns.
I'm not. I'm keeping this muted because I'm not sure if the sound of the music they have playing in the background is copyrighted or not. So
Okay.
there's some more of the destruction that we're seeing all over
Yeah. Well,
Portland.
and
now there-
part of the reason that they are targeting Portland is because Portland set up camps during the George Floyd protests that stayed there for well over a year.
So some of the others you can get is you can get a blaha. Did you know you can get an inflatable blaha?
No, I did not.
You can get an inflatable hammerhead blaha. The one I'm kind of stuck on right now is I can never pronounce this word. Axolotl, the salamander, the axolotl.
Yeah, axolotl.
Okay.
Which-
I think that one's kind of cute. It's pink with the little pink feathers on its head, gills. Another one that was very attractive is a Barney. Now a Barney is like twice the price of most of them. I imagine that's because they had to pay some copyright
Yeah,
Probably.
licensing fee.
licenses and stuff.
Yeah.
Same with the Godzilla. There's two different versions of the beautiful Godzilla that you can get, but I'm sure they're paying fees for those two, and they're up in the $80-$90 a piece. And I'm gonna ever buy.
The one I tend to see the most are the T-Rexes.
Those are all over and fairly affordable, like $35. They have come with a little fan to inflate them and a battery pack for like 4 AA batteries. But they say you can also plug them into, like if you have one of those auxiliary power banks for your phone or something like that, they'll run on 5 volts out of those and
Yeah.
go for all day.
I was gonna say I can't see the AA batteries lasting very long.
Actually, they say they will last about 6 hours.
Really? Okay.
He just kind of loved some of these comments under that last video I played. Even when they're not violent and they're disgusting. I mean, do you think this is cute?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's funny as hell.
Antifa cowards have been neutered. Little pansies are petrified of going to jail. Democrats can't pay them enough to throw their lives away.
Well,
These people have such a bad attitude about life. They must just be a thrill to live with.
Oh, here's all the shills are sharing this video today. Where's the video where they throw piss in a guy's face? And there's actually another comment that says, "Yeah, that didn't happen. It's fake."
So
Jenny,
I have a couple of comments on what Jenny was talking about. First, I have to do my job as my self-proclaimed job as the resident pedant to say axolotl is more correctly pronounced as axolote.
Yeah, well, that ain't gonna happen.
oh really?
But I had to say it.
I can't even do axolotl.
I have never actually heard that pronunciation, but yeah, since it is in Mexico, I can understand that.
Yeah. Vishanti has, who has indigenous Mexican ancestry, has, I've learned that pronunciation from her. And
Axolotl?
Axolotl.
Axolot. Axolot.
Axol. No, I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry.
Try it again.
Okay. You're going to have to spell it phonetically so I can look at it and practice it.
Could I hear it, please?
Axolotl.
Axolot.
Well, very good.
Axolot.
My attempt at a phonetic spelling would be, ASH UH
Okay.
LOTE.
At Axolot, yeah. I was having trouble, doing your pronunciation, but I can do Jenny's. So Axolot.
Axolotl. Okay. I can.
Yeah.
But
Axolotl.
It's good enough for me. I don't know if it would be good enough for Vishanti or not.
Probably not.
Well, then the joke doesn't work because they're supposed to be the salamander that asks a lot of questions.
Well, I guess you got to come up with a new pun then.
Oh, Axolot. I get it.
That was a sloth girl joke.
That's very good. That's actually a very good pronunciation tool to do it wrong.
And the second thing I had was, what's a blaha?
A blaha is the name that IKEA gives to their stuffed shark, which has become a major symbol of the youthful trans community.
Cool.
Yeah. Technically, for IKEA, that was not a name. It was simply the description. Because blaha is simply Swedish for blue shark.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, then that's its name, blue shark. There we go.
Yeah, but it has become a major trans icon to the point that if you are transgender, they don't accept you in the community until you have a blaha.
Well, that gives me some Google fodder for the Let Freedom Ring project.
Yeah, dancing blaha for your thing.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. Swedish, huh?
Later, I'm going to have to look up the timestamp for this part of the conversation and tag Vishanti for it.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to play from Google Translate the correct pronunciation of blaha. Oh, let's try that again.
So it sounds like silence.
I'm sorry. For some reason, it cut out. It was working at first. Blue high. Blaha is blue high. It's Swedish. That's what Google Translate says.
Now, is your pronunciation of Swedish any better than your pronunciation of indigenous Mexican language?
No, that's from Google Translate. It's sound recording of that word. So I'm going to assume it's correct.
But we didn't hear Google Translate. We just heard you telling us what Google Translate said.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pronouncing it quite exactly as it said. It's pretty simple. Blue high. It's not terribly complex.
Sure. Okay.
Now, you can also get them in pink. So I guess that one would be.
Well, Sloth Girl got me a purple one. So mine is actually going to be a little high.
Swedish?
A pick one would be Rusa High.
Swedish?
But you're supposed to roll the R, and I can't roll R's ever since I had my tonsils out.
So Swedish is, for some reason, it wants to translate it as Hindi, but
Blahai.
There we go.
Blah blah.
blah blah. It's translating it as blah blah for some reason.
I do not blah blah blah.
How I got that in Google Translate is I wrote in English blue shark, since that's what we're told it is, and that translated to the even correct spelling with the fancy little circle thing, as blaha, as what we pronounce as blaha. And then when I asked it to speak it on their little push your little microphone or speaker button, it's a blue high. So I'm confident that Google is correct.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting here too.
Oh, come on, where is?
We'll translate.
Blahai. Blue shark.
There. Did what Jenny did there. Well, seeing as
I'll be right back.
all right. Well, seeing as all of our holidays are merging together, here, let's just make this traditional. Thanksgiving, enjoy the tour. What the fucking?
That's lovely.
Turk Thulu?
Yeah.
Turk Thulu, that's what it is.
There we go. I like that. Yes, it definitely has the Cthulhu vibe there.
Well, I do know some ladies who apparently get off to having a octopi or squid in certain areas of their anatomy.
Hey, it's not just women. Tentacle sex is a major fetish fantasy.
Okay, so I see you have something to show there.
Yeah, well, I just get show. See, I have a little high. I'm not sure if the lighting renders the color very well, but this is actually a very deep purple.
Yeah, it doesn't do it justice for the coloring.
Yeah, it looks more like a royal blue in this, but
Yeah.
yep. But this is the one that Sloth Girl got for me for my birthday a few years ago.
Nice.
Oh.
And here are a group of Blahas having a meal for no particular reason.
Nice.
No, that's just a transgender Thanksgiving.
Ah.
Although it looks like they were all vegetarians.
Yeah, they just got fruit. They got strawberries and oranges and looks like maybe some mango.
Okay, what is it? Why is basically every company that makes a beverage making mango now? Why is mango the big flavor this year that everyone has to do mango?
It's been like that for a few years now.
That's not Deep Purple. Deep Purple has more guitars. So I take it Deep Purple is a group I was not aware of.
Yeah, from the 70s. Yeah, their most well-known song would be "Smoke on the Water."
Oh, okay. So I know their music. I just didn't know the name of the group.
Gotcha.
Oh. Oh.
Oh yeah, almost forgot. I haven't checked for hurricanes today.
The high school that my brother went to, "Smoke on the Water" was kind of their fight song, or at least the song that their marching band played a lot.
Tropical storm Jerry. Chance of cyclone in 7 days. That's not a good spot for one to form. I'll have to keep an eye on that. It looks pretty clear otherwise.
I have a friend named Holly who very much wants to see her name come into the hurricane naming rotation, and I think the last significant H-named hurricane was Helene, but I don't think Holly came into the rotation at that time.
Helene? Oh, come on. They couldn't have gone with Helena?
That name is also in the rotation, I think.
Well, both to, name it after the city in Montana, and also after a very brave little light cruiser in World War II, which actually naming a hurricane for it would be appropriate because it survived several battles and got sunk in a storm.
And also, I can't forget Helena Bonham Carter.
Somebody who's in just about every Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, and Harry Potter and Fight Club and
no discussing Harry Potter.
So about Harry Potter.
Made you rebel.
Okay, how about my knockoff series, Harry's Potty and the Sorcerer's Stone?
That so is it like a sorcerer's kidney stone or?
No, the
Stone soup.
sorcerer has been experimenting too much with his potions.
Yeah, here's a little joke that came. My dick, he gets so big, he goes from A to Z. Look at your keyboard. Give you a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do not get that one at all.
Because on the keyboard, A and Z are really close to each other.
Yeah, they're adjacent keys.
Oh. Well, see, I'm not a touch typist, so.
Yeah.
Hence the instruction to look at your keyboard.
I'm on a phone, okay?
Your phone still has a keyboard.
My phone has the option for a keyboard that puts them all in alphabetical order.
Well, okay, that.
Why would you want a keyboard that does that?
I don't know. It's an option I have never used, but it is there.
Well, that should be banned. I don't think anybody should be allowed to use that.
I think that's for people who have never used a regular keyboard so they can find the letters. Hey, Sue Mommy.
keyboard from a phone.
Yeah, QWERTY oop.
That's the standard QWERTY layout.
Yep.
QWERTY oop. You forgot that? QWERTY oop.
No, QWERTY op.
QWERTY oop. Yoop, 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 yoop.
Well,
Hop,
okay.
hop, hop.
If you're pronouncing the UIO altogether, you have to do that with a French accent because they're the only ones who would do that with 3 vowels together.
I don't think so. Unctuous. UNCTIOUS.
Yeah, well, a lot of the weird spellings we have in English are because they were taken from French.
Would that be one of
Because-
them?
Yes, but now they're English, you see?
Well, in like the late 17th, early 18th century, the British nobles had decided that English. No, actually, I've got the wrong time frame. I'm not quite sure when it was, but the English nobles had decided that English was the peasant language, so that they were all going to speak French. And that's when we got all the fouled up spellings in the English language, like why the British put, like the superfluous U in color and things like that.
Because we like it that way.
Yeah, well, those were all the French spellings. Germanic, French, English, hell.
By the way, I spelled unctuous wrong. Don't tell anyone. It doesn't have an
How's it
I in
going?
there. It's UOUS, but there's still 3 vowels in a row.
Well, at my best piece of evidence is always Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Only the French would spell something with 3 vowels in a row and pronounce one that isn't even there.
It's not Eau Claire. It's Eau Claire. Clairerie.
Okay, so
Prairie du Chien.
you're still,
Femme du Lac.
yeah, so then you're still spelling it like an A that is dying.
Well, okay.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. The U is kind of the grave that's been dug out for the A.
See, that's why I like German. You pronounce every single letter. Or else.
Spanish too.
Yeah, well, German,
Orla?
it's just...
Orla? Is Orla here? Orla! Hi, honey.
Oh, Orla! Yeah, haven't
What
seen
a-
you in a while.
What a lovely what a lovely
I'm sorry, I
surprise.
missed you coming in. And we have Archangel Gabriel. The Russians also spoke French in court, so the peasants couldn't understand. Okay. I am not sure who the Archangel is here, but that's a good comment. Yes, Shakespeare did much to corrupt the English language.
It wasn't Shakespeare's fault. It was Francis Bacon.
Forsooth.
Okay, so is Francis Bacon like an ancestor of Kevin Bacon?
Well, depends. If you want to go just simply by the name of it, that they are indeed. However, if you go by the proper mathematics, Francis Bacon and Kevin Bacon are 12 Bacons away. So no, they're not related.
I was going to ask if that was a game during Shakespeare time of, 5 Degrees of Francis Bacon.
I think in those days it was referred to as hands. Six hands of Francis Bacon.
Okay. Orla said, today I wrote a 5,000 word paper complete with citations to harass my MPs and send to about 30 colleagues so they understand that the send provisions are being used to prop up the entire school. Entire school system. Yeah, well, Orla, I'm glad that you are harassing your government officials. People need to do that much more.
Fuck them good. Fuck them.
Okay. Nothing wrong with using AI, but make sure you check any citations AI gives you.
Yeah.
Because it will make shit up, and you've got to make sure the citations are valid.
A good way of doing that is highlight what it says and then do a search off of that.
Yep. And make sure that the citations it gives you, even if it leads to something that looks valid, make sure the thing it led you to was not also written by AI.
If I was a teacher and I had students that used AI to write a paper or something like that, I would flunk them immediately without even reading what they wrote. You're out of here.
Yep. And there are many college professors that are doing that.
You're here to learn and to be able to produce what you learn. And if you can't do that, you don't belong here.
That doesn't preclude using AI.
Yeah. Well, and unfortunately, what is happening now with more young people is they're finding that when they use Google to search things, the first thing that Google comes up with is an AI brief instead of an actual citation.
Though a lot of that AI brief does actually have citations in it.
Yeah, but it's just a lot of people are going, just by the first thing that comes up, and they're not looking any further down the page.
Yeah. Well, they've always done that.
Basically treat AI like you would treat Wikipedia. It might be a good starting point to figure out where you want to go, but don't use that as your main source.
Yep. Gabriel has a good point here. Yeah, now we are developing robots to hallucinate for us. Because, taking drugs was just too much effort, so now we'll have the robots do it for us.
Actually, Spooky, no. I prefer feathers to spikes. Although if I'm going to use a blade, it's going to be serrated, so maybe that's extra tough. Oh God, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, here's another question on the whole use of AI. Let's say somebody just wrote the paper themselves, but they just used AI to help refine what they're saying. How would you be able to tell the difference?
A change in writing style?
Yeah.
Not always.
Orla's saying people like me, dyslexic and autistic, use repetitive sentence structure is going to look like AI.
Yeah.
And even before the AI we have now, I have been saying that they should have been conducting Turing tests with a group of autistics because I think most neurotypical people wouldn't be able to tell the difference between a computer and an autistic person.
Well, like the example I've taken, I've looked at these AI detection software things that you can find online. I put something I wrote into it, and it said it came back as saying, "No, this is probably 50% AI." And then I went to a site that generates AI text. I generated maybe a paragraph or two, put that into the same thing, it came up back 0% AI.
Yup.
That was 100% AI, 0% came up. My own writing, 50% AI.
So,
Yeah,
May,
I'm
just
very
how
aware of.
artificial are you?
Why would you like to ask? Is there anything else you'd like to ask?
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
That's an interesting question. We should dive deeper into that.
Yeah, like that South Park episode that
Yeah, where his wife started imitating
yeah,
ChatGPT.
his wife had to imitate ChatGPT to get him to listen to her.
By the way, that male character is generally depicted as an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, of course. So, did anybody catch the absolutely delightful Stephen Miller glitch
Stephen Miller glitch.
that's shown up
No.
in the last day or so?
No, I don't think I caught that one.
Well, he
What's
was
it about?
being interviewed by somebody. I think it was probably Fox, but I don't remember for sure. And they were asking them about presidential authority, and he used the expression. I think his words were. I'll only say the last bit because the whole rest of it doesn't really matter. But he said, "Blah blah blah." The president has plenary authority, and he said those words and just absolutely froze. He was still. It wasn't a video glitch. You could still see his eyes blinking, and he was still moving a little bit. But he absolutely froze and didn't utter another word. Because he let out the quiet part very, very out loud. Most people don't know the definition of plenary. Do you guys know the definition of plenary?
No, I can't say I do.
Plenary implies or means absolute without any conditions, just absolute, which means that he is saying that the president has absolute authority to do whatever the fuck he wants as president. And it's, of course, not true until you're an actual dictator, which is what their goal is, which is why he shouldn't have said that, but he did, and why he froze, because he didn't know what else to say after he fucked up so goddamn bad. I can't wait to see him try to walk that back.
There is something on saying that. Stephen Miller's boat claim.
Yeah, Heathen, you're right. He just looked exactly like that. That he just went into seizure mode.
Nope, I hadn't heard about this one.
Yeah,
then again, there's so many things going on. It's hard to keep track.
I wonder if I can find it.
Well, while we're waiting for that.
Sorry, I got distracted by my phone ringing, but I am sure this has to do with Doge dumping all of our social security information out. But I have been getting quite a lot of scam calls, which have been disturbing because it's like they already have, my name and my full address to try and bait me into giving them some extra information. So they have my name, address, and phone number.
And here are some of the violent protesters. Apparently, the argument here is that this guy is one step off of the sidewalk. So that's justification for what happens to him. If you
So
call
they
it
had to pepper spray him instead of just pushing him 2 feet to the right.
a pepper bullet, they hit him in the head with.
Yeah, well, those can hurt quite a bit.
So that's what happened to that guy.
Yeah.
Those dangerous protesters, trespassing on federal property. Yeah, I mean, what else could they do?
Yep. Heathen Granny needs hugs. What's going on, Heathen Granny?
What isn't going on?
Well, no, apparently something personal, but the side chat got very active, so I missed some of it. I didn't see Heathen Granny's comments to know what was going on with her.
I sort of trained in Israel. I don't think I've ever heard them being trained in Israel.
Well, no, Trump wants to train the army on the city streets of America.
I have the only thing I've heard recently on Israel, which might not even be related to really, but Crunchyroll. Well, it's the anime site and basically the monopoly on the whole thing. For the U.S. is switch their subtitle system over to a program that's from Israel.
Oh.
I put a link to the Stephen Miller seizure on the TikTok. The fuck am I saying?
The TikTok, huh? The TikTok and the
on X
and the snappy chats and
when I upgraded my phone and I had to install the new system and stuff, something that happened that pissed me off to no end is that it automatically upgraded my Twitter to the X version. I'd been hanging on to Twitter and telling them to go fuck off when it came to updates for all this time since it changed name, because I refused to use it under the name X. It's fucking Twitter.
Yep. I will call it X when Elon Musk stops misgendering his own daughter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So I get confused with this X thing for now. So,
well, just think of it like porn.
Well, no, I think of it as X, as like the dead parrot sketch, that it's an X bird.
Is there like a specific spot I should move this to get to the point?
No, I think you can go with right where it is. It's been trimmed and edited in YouTube.
Over deployments of
Well, this is 10 minutes long, so.
National Guard troops. Joining us now to comment, White House Deputy Chief of Staff for Policy, Stephen Miller. My question was whether the administration still plans to abide by that judge's order restricting any National Guard troops from being sent to Oregon.
Well, the administration will abide by the ruling insofar as it affects the covered parties. But there are also many other options the president has to deploy federal resources and assets under the U.S. military to Portland. But I was making the point that under federal law, Section Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has the authority anytime he believes federal resources are insufficient to federalize the National Guard to carry out a mission necessary for public safety. So it's important to understand that in Portland, ICE officers have been subjected to over 100 nights of terrorist assault, doxing, murder threats, violent attacks.
Yeah.
Well, come on.
We saw some of those violent attacks. I do have to break this up a little bit for commentary. Sheesh.
And every other means imaginable to try to overturn the results of the last election through violence. The most important point I want to make today is that the number 1 and 2 items in the GOP platform in 2024 were to turn back the border invasion and carry out the largest deportation program in American history.
Which fucked everybody over.
Since Inauguration Day, there's been an orchestrated campaign of terrorism and violence against ICE officers. Of course, we saw the recent sniper attack against ICE officers. They're publishing their family
What?
photos online. They're
Sniper attack? What?
No, there's been a sniper attacks from ICE.
Yeah.
Right.
Sniper. The hell?
It's incredible how they will just absolutely fabricate 1000% lies.
Yeah, because they know their base only watches Fox News and will never hear the truth.
Oh, go ahead, continue it.
All right. I'll look in that.
threatening them with murder or threatening them with death, and they're physically attacking them in the street each and every day. And yet, shamefully, the mayor and governor in Portland and Oregon have refused to render aid, leaving ICE officers to street fight every single night against these terrorists.
Keep in mind the guy getting getting the pepper bullet in the head, the people dancing in the streets with the inflatable costumes. That's the violence he's talking about, by the way.
Yeah.
You make the claim of terrorist assaults and violence attack over 100 nights, and yet the judge overseeing this case says that that's untethered from reality. And local officials on the ground say that Trump's assertion of what's happening is in Portland, that it's war-ravaged and burning to the ground, is far from true. I looked at the
which we've already seen.
police data, and police have made something like 70 total arrests since June. And there are no reports of buildings being burned to the ground. The White House cited a guillotine being rolled out as like a public display of rebellion, but there isn't actually a threat that these demonstrators are going to overthrow the government. Are you concerned that that response weakens your legal argument?
No, they are actually, as we speak, trying to overthrow the core law enforcement function of the federal government. Of course, this is, I think, what we're talking about.
Oh, you mean like what they did in January 6th?
Yeah, January 6th, they literally set up a guillotine.
Gallows. There was,
Yeah, it was a gallows.
Okay, it was a gallows. Sorry.
Talking past each other. When ICE officers have to street battle against Antifa, hand-to-hand combat every night to come and go from their building, when they try to exit in a vehicle, when they are swarmed
I have something to show on that.
and surrounded, and they try to tip the vehicle over, when people bring weapons to an ICE facility to try to engage in direct violent assault against ICE officers, what is the purpose? It is to prevent immigration and customs enforcement from carrying out the mission the American people elected them to do.
You make the case.
No, it's like kind of a shame they're not playing in clips over this guy talking, of what's going on.
Yeah.
That these are terrorists, but in what we've seen thus far, the actual incidents of people inciting violence and not responding to law enforcement attempting to disperse them are not an open rebellion. I mean, again, you make this characterization as though they're terrorists, and I do wonder if it is potentially a problem in the future for Republicans. If a Democratic president someday calls the National Guard to a red state over what they see as open rebellion, but is what amounts to a demonstration that gets rowdy. I mean, is that not a
and
fear
they're
of
posting
yours?
pictures of their kids because it's a demonstration, and they have a sniper on top of a building firing a high-caliber rifle.
That would
Yeah.
be your guys.
They're not worried about what if Democrats get in power, because they're going to turn us into a theocracy to make sure Democrats never get in power.
You should see that. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the demonization of Democrats since Charlie Kirk's shooting.
Oh yeah, of course.
Rifle at a nice facility because it's a demonstration, and they are engaging in vehicle ramming.
But the
attacks,
National Guard
coordinated
isn't being
ramming
sent to
attacks
Texas.
because it's a
The National Guard
demonstration.
isn't being sent to Dallas, where that sniper was.
Because the Dallas Police Department and the governor of Texas, well, you walked right into that one, have responded to every call for assistance and help.
Walked right into that one, huh? Jeez.
They gave a stand-down order in Chicago, and they gave a stand-down order in Portland. Do you realize that there's 11,000 federal law enforcement officers in Oregon? That's larger than the size of the FBI. Local and state police are resourced to deal with this kind of riotous assembly, but they have refused. They've been given a stand-down order. So
They've
we
arrested
need
some
to use
70
National
people
Guard and
since
federal
June.
troops.
They've been
to
arresting.
Okay, what part of this where he glitches out?
I don't know which part of it, but what the fuck? We got something
Yeah.
to watch. Let's watch it. We can talk about it. This matters.
in
Folks
that
on the
breach.
ground. They've been arresting folks on the ground. They refute
haven't
what you're
touched-
saying outright.
We literally have the 911 audio of the stand-down order in Chicago, and we have documented inside of DHS every single unresponded to 911 call over the recent weeks and months.
Do you have evidence that this campaign is coordinated? Are you planning charges on anyone who is actually coordinating said campaign?
Yes. So since the Joint Terrorism Task Force has gotten involved, we found that there are common funding, that there is common financing, that there are meeting points, that
for
is
what you're
carefully
describing as
orchestrated,
actual
it is carefully
terrorism.
integrated.
By the way, they're talking about Antifa here, which does not have is not an organization, does not have any such thing. He's just lying.
Yes.
Yeah,
You-
well,
you're
this
going
is-
to charge
this is
someone
the-
with
the thing that they've got to remember is that Antifa means anti-fascist. So if you're opposing the anti-fascist, you're admitting that you're a fascist.
That also includes even if it's in a militant way.
terrorism.
Well, so I would like to.
I bet you would
Congress
like
needs
to, but that doesn't
strengthen the
mean you're
laws.
going to. Are you?
No. What I'm saying to you is the Congress has statutes on seditious conspiracy, on insurrection, on impeding federal law enforcement. The domestic terrorism statute in Congress obviously needs to be strengthened. For domestic terrorism in Congress, we have foreign terrorism charges. We have an entire patchwork of federal laws. To the extent that there are charges that apply, we will charge them in every single case. You have impeding law enforcement, you have seditious conspiracy, you have a conspiracy to deprive of rights, you have assault against law enforcement officers. But all of this meets the hallmark, textbook definitions of domestic terrorism. Boris, I just want you, just for a moment, to step back and think about what we're talking about here. President Trump ran and won a campaign on turning back the border invasion.
You've said
You
that
have the mayor
several
of
times,
Chicago
Stephen. We have a limited
declaring
amount of time, so
and
let
I'll
me
keep
ask
saying
you.
it.
Let me ask you about the governor of
And he
Illinois. Let me
declared
ask
a
you about the governor
no-go
of Illinois.
zone. He
JB
declared a
Pritzker,
no-go zone for
who we are
ICE.
set to hear
How is
from
that
in
not
just moments.
insurrection?
Stephen, we're set to hear from JB Pritzker in just moments. He says that you're attempting to inflame tensions and create a war zone. He also says that you are profiling, that you're targeting black and brown people, even those who turn out to be here legally. What's your response?
Well, first of all, the black people in Chicago are thrilled that we're getting the illegal aliens out of their communities who are stealing their housing, jobs, and resources. You've seen the video of the town halls during the Biden administration where black citizens who are native
In other words, he's going to give a non-answer.
to Chicago were begging to have the illegals taken out of their country. What they've done is they've created a system of law in Chicago, in Illinois, where illegal aliens have far more rights than American citizens. If an
That's a lie.
American
Oh,
citizen, for
fucking
example,
bullshit.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, they'll cooperate with the FBI. If an illegal alien commits a crime of sexual predation against a child, that illegal alien will be shielded in an ICE no-go zone.
No, they won't.
I ask you the question, what is the right term to describe a local official declaring a no-go zone for ICE? Would you tolerate it for FBI, ATF, DEA? No, you would not. But there's an effort to delegitimize the core function of the federal government of enforcing our immigration laws and our sovereignty. It is domestic terrorism, it is insurrection, and no amount of insane hyperventilating lies from Pritzker or Johnson or any other Democratic official will change our minds on that. ICE officers should not have to live in fear and violence to do their jobs, period.
So on the substance of the question, is it the case that as Pritzker frames it, you are profiling brown people, that this immigration crackdown is designed to go after people of color?
Come on, it's just a yes or no question.
That is it's such a, oh, what a dumb question. The illegal aliens who are here are taking jobs away from blacks. They're taking jobs away from whites. They're taking jobs away from Latinos.
Yes, they're Schrodinger's immigrant, and they're both taking all our jobs and getting our welfare.
Which is also why the farmers are going bankrupt because they can't find laborers to work on the farms.
Yeah, even like in that last time in Trump's last administration, they had to subsidize the farmers. They tried to actually upping the pay wages is to get locals to do this work. They still couldn't find enough people.
They're taking their health benefits away. They're taking their school slots away. And of course, in many cases, they're committing heinous crimes. We cannot have a
taking our school slots away. What?
System of law in this country.
You only have a limited number of school slots in private schools where people have to pay thousands of dollars to enroll their children.
Yeah, that's not a thing in public school.
Illegal aliens over American citizens, and that's what they're doing. You know it, and I know it.
So that's not exactly a no, Stephen. Can you just unequivocally state that the immigration
I said
policy?
It's a dumb question. Okay.
Well, I appreciate that, but
it's a dumb question.
So no, this policy is not designed.
I thought when I said it was a dumb question, it meant no.
Well, I just want to be clear and precise. I appreciate you trying to qualify my questions, but nevertheless, I think it's a fair one that a lot of people have.
My full answer is no. That is a lie, and it's a dumb question. But you said something else, speaking to the premise of one of your questions. You said, well, aren't we provoking? Illinois governor says we're provoking actions that are unlawful. Why would the mere presence, just think about this for a second. If I put federal law enforcement and National Guard into a nice, sleepy southern town, is anyone going to riot? Is anyone going to try to shoot them in the face? Are they going to try to attack them in the street?
Building
they would say
full of people in the middle of the night covering their faces without identification, without identifying themselves, there might be concern among the community, especially if American citizens are being...
And there have been several cases of people dressing up as ICE agents and kidnapping women and raping them.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a big thing that if they have to cover their faces and they are afraid of their agents being targeted, that's all because law enforcement officials should be identifying themselves to the public. So these are not law enforcement officials.
Especially if American citizens are caught up in that, which some reportedly
we netted over 30 foreign terrorists who are members of Train
and American citizens also wound up apprehended in that.
They torture women and children. Those American citizens are now safe from Train Nicaragua. There's a case recently in Washington State.
But isn't that enough reason for some people to demonstrate and say that they disagree with that policy?
They took a power drill.
Isn't it enough for some people?
We arrested 5,000 people, and we netted.
We are drilled a hole through a woman's hand.
Understood. Stephen, we have to leave the conversation there because we're short on time. But nevertheless, we do appreciate you making the time for us and coming on CNN and sharing your point of view.
That didn't seem to have. That didn't have.
No, it didn't. I don't know why it was labeled to have that.
Okay.
I saw a video of little Stevie when he was in high school, which, by the way, was back in around 2000 or so. So he's really just a child. And he was saying like, well, we're not inhuman. We wouldn't just kill people or anything. We would torture them because people can survive torture. When he was talking what to do with minorities.
Well, they also still haven't explained about the 1,200 people that are missing from Alligator Alcatraz.
Actually, they have. Those people are not missing. They are badly accounted for. They've been sent to other camps, and the paperwork has not kept up with them. And they're not missing as in what we think of missing. They're
but
just
we've been sending American citizens to other countries.
Yes, we have, but that's not what the case of these 1,200 that you're talking about. They've closed down Alligator Alcatraz, or are in the process of.
Yeah,
because it
but
is an absolute horrible facility that we've wasted $600 million on.
yeah, but when they say that they have sent these people to other facilities, are these other facilities necessarily in the U.S.
Yes,
or are they sending them to facilities in
Yes.
other countries?
I can say yes again.
Okay.
They're primarily, I believe, in Montana, and there's one in Texas, and some others that are developing and being built.
Yeah, I'm not buying the cover story.
Well, this cover story came from our side of the aisle, not theirs, so I believe
okay.
it.
Okay, well, yeah, I didn't know the source for it.
And I can confirm, Stephen Miller is a butthead.
Indeed. Although I liked him with the dickhead too. I love AOC made a comment that what's his attitude, what's his problem, kind of thing, and she's implied that he was 4 foot 10 inches, meaning that he's got shortman's complex. But I don't think he is 4'10". But it is stuck, and people are referring to him as the midget and all these nasty little names regarding his height.
The administration filed an appeal this morning with the Ninth Circuit. I would note the administration won an identical case in the Ninth Circuit just a few months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
There it is.
Stephen? Hey, Stephen, can you hear me? Stephen, I apologize. It seems like we're having a technical...
Okay, that's off of Stephen Miller, the watch list report that was on. But I'm not going to get into the rest of his commentary, though.
That, I think, is one of the most telling things anybody in that administration could have said.
Yeah.
Is that they believe that, and they've been keeping it out of our heads because they know that it means total dictatorship, and that's what they're shooting for.
Yep. The question is, once Trump is out, who is going to be in charge?
J.D. Vance, the bought and paid for puppet parrot of Heritage Foundation, Peter Thiel, Kurt Yarvin, and Sam, what's his name?
Yeah, well, a lot of the Republicans won't support J.D. Vance, though. So
No, you don't understand. You keep thinking that they're supporting a person. Get that out of your head. They are supporting a movement to destroy democracy and make this a dictatorship, which is what the Republican Party has wanted to achieve for 80 fucking years.
Yes.
It's not the person. He was just the good stooge to use at the moment.
Well, here's another example of the violence on the streets that Steve was talking about. That violent protester right there. There's that violent protester right there. Some people are saying he has a gun. No, he doesn't have a gun. You can actually see in other shots. He's not how he just has his hand behind his back, probably scratching his back.
Step back. I'm on a public road.
He's not doing anything. You're saying that.
You see how violent that protester is being?
Yeah.
And there's that little thing right there. That people were thinking that was a gun. That looks like it came from behind him, like possibly off of the agent tackling him.
Yeah, I think that's the agent. Yeah,
and it might have been a cell phone too. It's kind of hard to save from certain angles.
I did see that clip earlier, and it did come off the agent.
No, no, he's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. No, he's not doing anything.
Over there.
No, he's not. I'm gonna stand right here. He's not doing.
I'm
gonna stand right here. I'm gonna stand right here.
You're gonna stand where we tell you to stand, or else you're next.
Yeah.
That was kind of the big thing that hit me too on that one.
And it takes 5 agents to handle one unarmed man.
Well,
He's not doing
see,
anything.
I'm not going to bitch about that. Well, I'm going to bitch about it, but there's a reason for that. And if you've ever had to go after and take down somebody who is actively resisting, in my case, people who were violent, it takes more than one person to do it. It plain and simple is the person is very, very formidable. Even a small, thin person can really wreak havoc, and you need more than one person.
Yeah, having worked in dementia care, I can confirm that.
There's our street violence. It's from the those dangerous protesters.
Our local genius Ember has chimed in. The title USC refers to the organization of the military. The term plenary occurs dozen times in the USC, but not once in Title 10. We love Ember.
Thank you.
Yep, and Ember, you're welcome to join in if you're not driving.
Or even if you are, we don't care what happens.
Love you, Jenny.
Yeah, well, I'm sure by now most people know that since the court said that Trump could not send the Oregon National Guard into Portland, Trump sent the California National Guard into Portland.
The most disturbing thing for me about this ICE is their budget. Okay, they don't just have a budget; they have a budget larger than the entire Marine Corps has.
Yeah.
Okay, they are not planning to make this a little police force.
Yeah, they have made this another branch of the military.
No. They are making it a non-military branch with all the military power and weaponry, so that it can be commanded by the executive branch, not the military. Yeah. The military, listen to all the generals and stuff that have spoken and senior officers since that god awful meeting. We are not committed to a person. We are committed to our Constitution, and we do not accept orders to go after our own citizens. They are on our side. And so Trump needs to have something that will follow his orders, and that is a police force under the executive branch. A Gestapo force, excuse me. And Gestapo is a German word, of course, we all know that specifically means state-run police. Okay, that's what it is. So it's perfectly appropriate to use in this case.
Yeah, I can see how that would apply.
I wonder if you can get like silicone ice cube molds in the shape of stormtrooper helmets.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I would have never thought to look for it, but
get what?
Molds for ice cubes that are in the shape of stormtrooper helmets.
Oh.
Did you see the image I had up?
Yes, Ember, you're absolutely correct again.
Okay, Ember, I dropped you a link on Discord if you want to come in.
And Americans are starting to become aware of what's going on, including Republicans who have been on the fence about the whole thing, that they're realizing this is just not right, and we can't be part of this anymore. There's certainly those folks that are happening, but they still certainly have a majority of activists who are looking to have a violent overthrow and get rid of all. I mean, there are people on the other side that are actively campaigning and supporting the concept of executions for every person who is a Democrat, who has ever voted Democrat.
Yeah,
and since they're trying to get all voting records from every state, they're going to be able to find that out. We're in big trouble, folks.
Yeah,
Very
well,
big
and
Well,
trouble.
that's also
they're trying to label all Democrats as terrorists.
Yep.
yep. Yeah, I had to go and tell everybody in my therapy support group that we're a terrorist cell.
Yeah.
Weirdly,
Yeah.
not one person there knew that. We've been, meeting together for like the last 5 years, and not one of us was aware we were a terrorist cell.
Well, you've been getting paid by Soros. You should have known.
Well, somebody's getting paid by Soros. The money's not getting to us. We almost had to disband the group because the organization that runs the building wasn't getting enough funding, and they thought they were going to have to shut the building down.
You know how the left are just so violent. I mean, look at this post here.
Yep.
Lays it all out. The left are the tyrant. Means they close churches and schools and try to convince everyone into getting an injection. Vaccine. Re-elected Trump to purge DC. The vaccine that Trump pushed through. DC as well as the colleges. You guys are lucky. He won, and otherwise, a militia would be doing it instead. Obviously, because they're not the violent ones.
Well, and yeah, that the Democrats have the well-organized militia.
Hello.
Hello. So good to see you.
Howdy, howdy.
Hi, Amber. It's good to be on the same stream with you.
It's about time, isn't it?
Oh, Ember hasn't been on since you've been on her. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Good afternoon, Ember.
Hello. I'm trying to find the dark mode button. It's very bright.
And hello, Sinister
I
Porpoise.
suppose I can just deal with it.
You used dark for a while, and you can't go back to light.
I know it's so bright. Like literally, it's the only light in my void right now. Like
Now,
there's a little bit of light coming from over. I don't have my studio lights on, and this is just the screen.
Journey, I did not mean what you thought. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
StreamYard just added a new feature for me that I'm really enjoying.
What's
that? Well, now when I log into StreamYard, it instantly sets StreamYard to what my system defaults are. So StreamYard instantly goes to dark mode for me.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, I see how it is. You get a dark mode, but I'm stuck here with this freaking positively Norwegian whiteness going on.
I've had dark mode for a while on StreamYards.
Well, see, this is why I need dark mode. I'm Finnish. You wouldn't be able to stand the reflection of off my skin from the screen.
Though I have noticed is that when I go onto somebody else's stream, I don't have the dark mode on StreamYard. It's weird.
Yeah, it just doesn't give you the button. It's like, nope, screw you, guest.
Okay, I'm not sure what hasta digit ibawe means.
Fuck you, God!
Maybe you shouldn't say foreign words before you know what they mean. You could have just threatened the president of Somalia or something.
Well, yeah, but I figured if Sinister Porpoise said it, I'm probably going to back it up anyway.
I don't know. She is a very sinister porpoise. It is a song from the Book of Mormon, apparently.
Just put your finger up to the sky and curse his rotten name.
To lighten the mood up a little bit.
I thought that was lightening the mood up.
Well, even more. I have a short 40-second, 50-second video to share with you all that I've posted in the chat. There's been a new Guinness World Book of Records broken and set, and I would just
broke the book.
Well, a record in the book anyway.
Oh,
And
don't break the records. They're hardly making those anymore.
Yeah.
Is it wax or just vinyl?
I'm sorry.
it sounds waxy. So could one of you upload that and play it?
Hey, if you have a wax record, instead of a stylus, do you need to put a bee on the arm with the stinger down on the record?
Well, the bee's already done its part. You need to let the bee relax on a nice glass of nectar or something.
But don't you have to let the bees play the wax records?
Are any of you going to upload this?
Mage, would you do the honors?
Yeah, I can't even see it. Otherwise, I would be annoying and be like, look at this! I don't know what it is, but let's play it. Haha. Probably not.
It's
I mean,
right
I
there in
figure
the
you've been
MidAmerica
going
chat.
for
Yep,
over an hour at this point. It's probably
Okay.
safe to hit me.
All
around.
right, here we go. Here we
Maybe.
go.
How do you train for that?
Una persona me mando trae ronronea. Que siga. No puedo creer. Que siga. No pare.
Yeah.
A mí esto se recorrido. Digo, capa al mango, o sea, digo, en potencia. Esto no es joda, chicos. Amigo. No pares. Amigo. No pares, está rompiendo el récord Guinness, no pares. Ay. Amigo,
No,
40.
Yeah, back when True TV used to do things, like World's Dumbest Stuff. They had an episode of like the most bizarre competitions, and one of them was a fart contest, and the farts were judged on duration, volume, and odor. I want
that's
to know.
subjective.
I really question the people who volunteered to judge this, because to judge the odor, they actually had a device that the person put a hose over their butt, and the judges put their face into the other end of the hose.
Oh, no. You need like a chemical detector or some shit. Although I did have a friend in high school who used to assign points to his bowel movements. You got 1 point for every color, 1 point for every state of matter. He had a couple other things in there too.
Yeah, but the people who were judging this had to be a fetish for them. I can't find any other way you'd get people to judge it.
Farting over 40 is like playing Guess Who, but with your colon, and like every answer is wrong. It's like living with a ticking time bomb in your ass, but you're not holding the detonator. Your colon is, and it's out for blood. At first, it's a polite puff, but then it sounds like a chainsaw starting up, It's like your intestines are in open rebellion, and every fart is a middle finger to the idea that you still have any control. At this point, it's really less about relief and more about risk assessment. Like in your 20s, farting was so carefree, it was like blowing out a candle. Now it's strategic. It's a delicate balance between trust and terror. They are highly unpredictable. Is it going to be a careless whisper or a deliberate yodel? And HR hates you now. Your coworkers are sending complaints about the toxic environment, and you know damn well they ain't talking about the office culture. You'll get that gut-wrenching churn like your stomach's rearranging furniture. There's these deep demonic rumbles, and it'll dawn on you real fast that you're not dealing with a fart anymore, because this is now a biological attack. There is no way your gut makes that sound unless there's an evacuate the premises level of destruction about to unfold. Farting over 40 means that every fart is Russian roulette with your underwear, and that noise from your belly, that's the devil laughing in the background because he knows you're about to lose this round. I'm telling you, it's different now. People look at you with disgust and pity because they know you just lost a battle with your own ass. And then you do that weird little shuffle. You shuffle off sounding like a sad little trombone every time you lift your leg a little too high. Your ass is now a live grenade, and all you can do is hope the pin doesn't come out when you least expect it.
Yeah,
this woman is absolutely hilarious. This is not one of her better ones, but she will get you just seizuring with laughter. She's so funny.
It sounds like she needs more fiber in her diet.
Well, you know, that has been one of the things I've had to work on from transitioning is how to fart like a lady.
Ladies don't fart.
Well, ladies have to do it quiet enough that no one else is aware they've done it.
No. Ladies don't fart. You are not allowed to ever, anywhere, anytime, except privately or in an elevator.
It's true. You just hold it long enough and it becomes a burp.
And you know, just to kind of bring this back, bring this back around to you know, Trump and his regime.
Yeah.
Well, remember, everybody.
Why do we have to ruin perfectly good emojis with that pile of shit?
Your design as a human being is that you have your outside, but then you also have their inside, and the dietary system or the nutritional system, the digestive system, whatever you want to call it, is one tube from the front to the back, and technically you could be turned inside out.
Yeah, in topological terms, the human body is a donut.
That's right.
Yep.
Or a bagel.
Well, just remember, you started out as nothing but an asshole, and some people will never develop past that.
No, fair. I'm just thinking, like, you could, like, swallow a string, like some people do that string through the nose, out through the mouth trick, but, like, you could swallow a string, and if it's long enough, you could wait till it comes out the other end and then tie a bow around yourself.
I've never known anybody to do that trick. Have you?
Not that one, no.
I mean, I know you can do it on a cat.
You'd have to use a special material because between your stomach and your small intestines, you can digest damn near anything. There's a few materials that'll go all the way through, but not many.
My sister's dog, when I was going to school and I was living with my sister for a while, her dog was eating the tinsel from the Christmas tree.
That'll go all the way through.
And yeah, often you would see the little strand of silver hanging out of her butt.
I hate it because I had dogs who did that too when I was little.
Oh, there we go. We can use a nylon string. That'll work.
Paracord.
That way you can hang yourself up at the end of the day.
That's right.
Isn't it great? We're spending all this time. I'm thinking of these things for you guys.
Well, Stephen Miller does that too. Yeah.
Well, I have always loved that to the British, Trump is a euphemism for a fart.
Hear the trumpets.
Yep.
Okay. I will let Mage explain this one while I step away for a moment.
Am I explaining?
Since Donnie Boy came into office, I've given up playing cards.
Oh, kaiju.
Is it like a kaiju of some kind?
Possibly. Ooh, glitter poop.
I'm gonna have to look that one up.
If you had glitter ground fine enough, could you have glitter farts?
Oh, him. The only acceptable human donut is king. I'm not sure if I don't watch too much on Demon Slayer. Actually, I am familiar with the character though.
Hey, there's some new K-pop group that's doing a movie. A movie. I want to see it. I forget the name of it, but it's they turn into demon slayers or something like this. You know, kind of a Buffy the Vampire.
Oh, the K-pop. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it.
Huntrix, the K-pop Demon Hunters. Like it's the most basic movie title name ever, K-pop Demon Hunters, but it's an amazing film.
So you give it approval. I'll have to look it up. I've not seen that one yet.
It's so fucking cool in so many ways that it was this giant hit, and so it became like the first streaming film that went from streaming into theaters. They brought it in for like one weekend only. It happened to be my birthday weekend, and it was a
Oh.
sing-along, and I so wanted to go, but I'm so very poor. But if I could have afforded it, I fucking would have gone to see it a second time just for the fucking sing-along. Oh, it's amazing.
Sing-along, huh? Interesting. I'll have to check it out.
I downloaded one of the songs from it and have it in my playlist now. Golden.
Yes. I love that song so much that when I did a thing, it's currently my channel trailer. I was inspired, and I used that song as like the basis for how I planned out the shots and things. And I made it the channel trailer because, of course, it's a copyright violation, right? So I just made it the channel trailer, and so it doesn't play in any of my actual videos.
Amber, you bad girl, you.
I know. So
No,
all these
Sumami, to answer your honest question, no, they're just as disgusting as before. They're just not as frequent. And I can usually hold them off till I'm home alone in bed or something. Although if I'm in an elevator, I do try to produce an SPD. Silent but deadly.
Took me a second. I was gonna ask, and then I got it. I'm like, okay. But if you're alone in the elevator, why does it matter if it's silent?
Well, Sumami, everything about a man stinks worse. I guarantee that. I that's been my experience.
It's true.
Actually, that has been clinically proven that basically the more testosterone you have in your system, the stronger your body odor.
I don't know if that's necessarily a causal link, but there may be some correlation.
Oh, I don't.
No, they've done
every
clinical studies on that.
Every person who's transitioned that I've known has made that comment at random, without being asked, that they were amazed at how much their body odor reduced and changed when they transitioned.
Oh no, that's definitely true. Yes, your body odor will change, but that doesn't necessarily mean that men are always stinkier than women. The two don't connect. But yeah, I've had trouble. People have said, "Why don't you wear your pre-transition clothes?" I'm like, well, because I got rid of them. But also before that, a couple of times I tried because I lost so much weight. I was like, maybe it'll make me feel better because of the weight loss. They'll be huge on, but they smell like past me, and the fucking things past me could not smell what past me smelled like. Like with a testosterone body, your sense of smell doesn't work as well.
Yes.
And
well,
it's
not that it doesn't work as well. It's that you got used to it, so you don't detect it anymore.
It does not work as well. Because like I have housemates, right?
Hey,
3 men. Pre-transition, not an issue. Post-transition, they're fucking stinky.
Yeah, let Jenny get in there.
I noticed dogs seem to like me better post-transition.
Although I have heard several people mention about how their friends' dogs didn't recognize them after they transitioned because their smell had changed.
Yeah, I mean, what our body odor produces is a combination of the chemicals that our own body is secreting in our sweat glands, of which the hormones, remember, the sex hormones only serve as a trigger for other hormonal processes. So it's going to change a whole suite of chemicals that we're excreting, but also it'll change the surface bacteria, which also contributes to the odor.
Right.
We have an entirely different population than we did before. So like there are two main factors that go into smell, and both of them change.
Yeah, you're changing the ecosystem of the bacteria, and that has a big influence on the smell.
Well, we can put that K-pop Demon Hunter on the list for a midnight show sometime.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about it.
There's a cat. There is a demon cat who can't resist knocking over pots. Like that alone is worth watching the movie for. But also the main characters, the girls, they're like real girls. They're not Mary Sue's, but they're not like weak and need a man to save. But it's so good.
I'll
And the
check it
music's
out.
cool too.
One of the things I like about anime is how strong the female characters are.
Well, this apparently isn't anime.
Oh, it's live
No,
action?
No, it's animated. It's a CG, but it's not anime.
Yeah,
It might have
it's
an
a
anime
cartoon.
style.
Yeah, and it's not Japanese, it's Korean.
Hmm.
Although it's produced by Sony, which kind of makes it somewhat Japanese.
Well, Sony kind of has a monopoly on anime right now. So
Is
And
that
I'm
why they
freezing
had
up.
to give up Spider-Man?
Huh?
If Sony's only doing anime now, is that why they had to give up Spider-Man?
no, they're not
Having
doing
a
it. No,
monopoly
yeah, they have
on
a
anime.
monopoly. Yeah, they basically own Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll basically has cornered the market on anime in the US.
Yeah, just because you own all of one thing doesn't mean you can only do that one thing.
Well, I don't know if that's true. Let's look at the Republican Party. They own bigotry, and that seems to be pretty much all they do.
It's just branding, though.
Now,
And it's not all they do. Diddling little children is also way
Well,
up there.
You're right. I stand corrected.
Yep. Well, and also, they do projection. They've pretty much got the monopoly on that.
It is just so abhorrent to me that the entire Republican Congress can be doing everything they possibly can, including shutting down the government, to protect a pedophile.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. You couldn't write a script like that does this.
Yeah.
God almighty, what horrible people.
Yeah, even a couple of years ago, nobody would have believed this.
Not nobody. They've been like this for a while. They're just masked off about it.
The
Well,
large majority of the world population would not have believed this would be possible.
Every single blurb, meme, whatever I run into about people who have been convicted of pedophilia, and they are almost universally white Republican men.
Yep.
I publish it on Twitter. People have got to keep this in their forebrain that this is the only reason that they're doing this shit. It's not about money. It's not about control. It's about protecting pedos.
Yeah, the friendly atheist does his weekly podcast, and I can't remember how long it's been that a week has gone by without that including a report of another clergyman being arrested for pedophilia.
Oh, and it's not just clergymen. They're all over the place.
I'm just saying.
Trump's number one religious advisor from a decade back is just been convicted and sentenced to, oh boy, a whole 6 months. Well, then what does that judge do for a living on the side? Okay. They're just a bunch of
was
fucking
deplorable that he only got 6 months. That's
here's a nice little preview of the movie style you're looking at there.
Yep.
Well, that's animation.
Yeah, it's animation, and it's not anime.
Yeah, anime is the particular Japanese style.
It's not produced in Japan. It's not in the particular style.
Now I've got the song in my head. We're going up, up, up. It's gonna be golden.
Yeah, I have heard about it from so many different people, but I did want to see that one.
Yeah, we can watch that one sometime. Though the one I was playing in, getting into this tomorrow is Naruko-chan.
Okay, what's that one about?
Girl starts seeing ghosts everywhere, and she tries to pretend that that she's not seeing them.
Okay. That sounds good.
It's because she's not. Ghosts don't exist.
Yeah, you'll love some of the after her credit scenes.
America's Test Kitchen is on right now, and this thing ran in the morning, and now it's running again. They're doing a product review of 5 different kitchen garbage cans, and they range in price from, get this, $17, which is reasonable, you know, the cheaper you buy at Walmart, to $180 fucking dollars for a trash can in your kitchen. Are you kidding me?
Does it cook the food before you throw it out?
I don't know, but it ought to wipe my ass so I don't have to, you know.
Oh, I'm sure there has to be some designer brand out there that makes $1,000 kitchen trash can.
They had a toaster on that was like $400.
Yep.
$400 for a toaster? Are you kidding me? I spent $8 on mine at Dollar General, and it works just fine.
Actually, I remember watching that episode about the trash cans with Sloth Girl. She used to watch that show all the time, and I remember seeing that episode with her a few years back.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Here's one screenshot from the anime.
Okay, yeah, it would be a little awkward trying to ignore that looking over my shoulder.
Yeah, so she keeps seeing all these horrific ghosts everywhere, and she's constantly trying to ignore them that she can see them, and trying to hope that they don't notice that she can see them.
Right, trying to convince them that she doesn't notice them so they'll go away.
Yeah. Apparently she's worried that something bad's going to happen if they do notice. I'm not. They never clarify what though. At any rate.
Well, she probably doesn't know what either, but figures this can't be good.
Yeah, that seems to be the case.
Oh, hey, native atheist.
Ooh, Maya Atkinson is here. Hi, Maya.
Oh, cool.
Hey, Maya.
Wait, we got all the cool people here today.
Hi, Maya.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's because we got cool people on the panel, so.
And also
people are coming in.
Hey, I can give you a medical report on my toe.
Oh.
My toe is healing very well. There's no bandages on it. I'm wearing regular shoes, and I actually walk better.
Oh.
Which I did not expect.
That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah,
well,
it
I'm
is.
glad
It
it's
is.
making it easier for you to walk.
Yeah, I mean that kind of makes sense because you don't have the one sticking down all the time.
I did learn something about feet and toes.
Yeah.
Not only are they fun to suck, but something I did not know, because you look at yourself and you figure that you're pretty much standard issue of a human being. My second toe is longer than my great toe. At least it is on one foot now. And I thought that was normal. I did not know that there are several different configurations of people's feet.
Yep.
I did not know.
I never figured I was a typical human.
You are. We all
I guess
are.
I never figured that much out.
For certain values of typical.
No, we're all typical, and typical includes having all sorts of anomalies, differences, and oh my gods, we all got it.
Well, that atypical exists for a reason. Like, there's no point having the term typical if it's universal. If there are no atypical cases,
Well, the problem is whether or not you put a space there. Are you talking about atypical or are you talking about atypical?
The fact that there are atypical means that all typicals have atypical within them.
That's not
because
how that
because
works.
nobody is identical to the next. So therefore, what is typical for me is not typical for you. So therefore, one of us is atypical.
Or both.
Well, I think the idea is that there are a whole bunch of potential criteria, and if you have like 3/4 of these, then that qualifies you as being a typical human. That the DSM works a lot like that. That for Tourette's, there were like 20 criteria listed. And going down the list, they realized that I had 17 of the 20. So that was the diagnosis.
Yeah, you don't always have to have all the symptoms.
Yep.
Right. Like whales are mammals.
Tsumami is
whales are
centripetal.
tetrapods.
13, 17.
Well,
Tsunami is centripetal. She could draw circles around all of us.
What were you saying, unfinished? Your unfinished sentence?
So I was saying that a diagnostic criterion of tetrapods is having 4 limbs. Now, snakes and whales are 2 examples of critters that don't have 4 limbs, but they have enough of the other diagnostic criteria to still be ranked as tetrapods.
Well, this is true because they are descended from animals that had 4 limbs.
Yep.
I don't know that vestigial organs really work in that definition. I mean, I have a tailbone. Am I a monkey? No.
Yes, you are.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Well, you are a great ape. Yeah.
Okay. Am I a salamander? No, because if you cut my tailbone off, it's not going to grow back. Okay.
No, you're
You're not a salamander, but you are a
because
reptile.
they branched off earlier.
No, wouldn't be reptile.
But reptiles and mammals are both diapsid animals.
What?
Reptiles and mammals both branched off from prehistoric diapsids.
And you're also a fish.
Yeah. So you are a diapsid tetrapod, whether you are an alligator or a human.
Okay, if we're going to go back all that far, we are all just a goddamn amino acid. There, keep that.
Yeah,
no.
That far enough.
No, reptiles would be cerapsids, not diapsids.
Wait a minute. Jenny is one of the reptilian overlords?
Well, you've never seen my tongue work, have you?
No. All head of Bigfoot.
Oh, I got to share 2 photographs. Can you put 2 photographs up at once?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
If you give me a minute, I can load the 2 of them into my viewer, and I can put them together.
Okay, I'll go get them. I'll be right back.
All right.
So how about them sports teams?
What about that sports ball? Well, where you hit a touchdown and score in the net.
Okay, they're uploaded. You can go grab them.
Okay.
These are 2 photographs that I love to see shown to flat earthers, those anti-science people who don't even believe things like atoms and stuff exist, much less outer space and billions of light years distant. It's just a great photograph that gives me a big tickle inside. Oh, hi, Porp. Didn't see you come in.
Sports ball doesn't exist. We need to outlaw it anyway.
And how about them Brewers? Kicking ass. Beat those little cubbies up and flush them down the toilet where they belong.
And you can never trust atoms because they make up everything.
Jenny,
Yeah.
if you're proud of beating a team that went a full century without ever winning, I'm not really impressed.
Okay, well, you know, why don't you look at the current statistics since you know nothing about sports?
Now, hold on. The Cubs never won the World Series in over a century. I'm pretty sure they won games.
Yes, and they did win and they did finally win the series, and have been very close on numerous occasions. They're a perfectly good baseball team. Those Cleveland Indians, however, or excuse me, Guardians, however, it's
the what?
Guardians. Isn't that the name?
Which is what the Cleveland Indians were renamed to.
All right.
Well, isn't that special?
Yeah, isn't that a stupid ass name?
Does anyone want to hear a truly terrible joke most of you aren't going to get?
Sure.
Someone probably will. And if you get it, you're a nerd. A mathematician walks into a bar, and the bar has a sign that says limit 1 drink per customer. So the bartender decides to split up his drink into fractional units. Or not the bartender, the mathematician. So the first time the mathematician orders half a beer. The second time he orders a quarter of beer. The next 2 times he orders a 16th of a beer. And for the last one, he tries to order 1/8 of a beer before the bartender stops him and says, "I'm sorry, you reached your limit." Told you it was terrible.
How much of a nerd do I have to be for the fact that I've heard that joke before?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Calculus jokes are always so derivative.
It's true.
Sorry, I mean it.
Porpoise, you can send me the shell check later.
I, by the way, don't get that joke at all.
If you add the fractions up, you might get it.
Yeah, you're not going to make me math.
Oh, okay. Okay, from that
You
angle.
can't make us.
See, I was thinking, as you were telling it, I was thinking of the concept of being able to split something in half infinitely.
Now, you can make it smaller and smaller as it approaches 1, and technically you could order an infinite number of like orders that way, but once it reaches 1, you're done.
Okay, I have Jenny's 2 pictures put side by side here.
Oh boy,
That's okay. In my job, I get to hear lots of great stories about why people couldn't find their ex.
Now this is a thriller to me because kids, when I was a kid, I got my first microscope when I was in like fourth grade, and I've always been, a junkie for optics and photography and looking at small things and looking at real big things, telescopes and stuff. And this something like this just did not exist. The whole concept of being able to see an atom when I was a kid just did not exist, and now we can do it on a regular basis. And here's an atom, folks. Can anybody tell us what atom this would be?
Oh, I can't remember. The story came out a while ago. It's like strontium or something, but they cheated.
Well, if
though.
it only
They
has
used
1
to use
electron,
lasers.
isn't it hydrogen?
Or helium?
No. It's I mean, it could be hydrogen. I don't fucking know, but I'm saying like we're not actually seeing the thing. We're seeing the photons deflected by the thing.
Well, but that's what seeing anything is you're seeing the reflection of photons.
Right, but this isn't a reflection. This is a deflection. It's backlit by a laser. It's not emitting its own photons, is what I'm saying.
What you see is not emitting its own photons. It's seeing the reflection of those photons as it hits the object. You are seeing the reflection, not the photons.
I'm thinking that's one proton, one neutron, and one electron. So that's hydrogen, isn't it?
Helium. Isn't helium lighter than hydrogen?
No,
Yeah,
helium
helium is
No.
lighter than hydrogen, but I thought that was because
No.
helium didn't have a neutron.
No, hydrogen is much lighter than helium, but hydrogen can have one or even two neutrons and still be hydrogen.
Okay.
To be helium, you need two protons, which can come in, a variety of neutrons. You could have just two, although that would be so stupidly positive. I think it'd be unstable.
Well, it's just a thrill and a half to actually see a nucleus and an electron.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable that we can do that nowadays. And
Yeah.
and I remember, and this
Yeah.
goes way back to when the first ones we saw where IBM moved atoms around and spelled out IBM and stuff, and that was all cool. But it's getting even better now. To actually look inside the damn atom.
So
Right,
Jenny,
because what's crazy about this is that it's subnuclear. Like we have had photos of single atoms before. Somebody won a big fucking prize for taking one with like a regular Canon camera. He used a whole lot of extenders, and it was a whole thing. But like this, you're seeing the components of the nucleus. You're seeing an electron using photons, which is not really possible, and yet here it is.
Yeah, so this is literally looking at something on a subatomic scale.
And when you look at it and somebody tells you that, well, neutrinos can pass through anything. Well, look at all that space. That's why they can. We are not solid. We are just these little blips around space.
yeah.
So this is why it's important to remember every other person you meet is a product of your deranged imagination.
Holy shit! Descartes was right. It is just me imagining everything.
So
We're being
so
tricked by a
Jenny.
demon.
Yeah.
So Jenny, did you take this picture with the same picture you used for the picture of the ship at Duluth?
I don't. Did she take? This
No,
picture?
I used my iPhone 6 on this with a big magnifying glass.
The 6S has a hell of a zoom.
Here, you guys, I sent up another I'm
not sure if I trust.
share.
I'm not sure if I trust this. I mean, atoms, they make up everything.
Yep.
I've heard that one somewhere before.
Yeah, mate. I already used that one earlier.
Okay, whip out that other picture I just uploaded.
I'm sorry, guys. I won't.
There's this guy out there on the web. His name is Andrew McCarthy, and I think I've shown some of his stuff before.
Oh my
He's
gosh,
a self-taught astrophotographer, and he's simply the best astrophotographer I've ever seen. He has not only is highly competent technically, but he has a sense of art that is unrivaled in astrophotography. He likes to juxtapose celestial objects with Earth to give you.
Yeah.
And if you zoom into this at all, you'll see that's not just a picture of the sun. It's a picture of the sun where you can see the sun flares coming off of it. You can see the grain of the
Well, even
what
on
do you
this
call that
scale, I
shit?
can see a little flare up at the top. Just between the 12 and 1 o'clock position.
All right. Is anyone else hearing thus?
Solar filter.
Is anyone hearing the music for "Thus Spake Zarathustra"?
No.
No.
Really, no one else is hearing the 2001 theme.
Nope.
No.
I am now.
But it sure would go with this picture.
Anyways, I'm doing an advertising for him. Look him up on Twitter. He does an annual calendar of his favorite shots of the year, and he does a preview on it. You can pre-order it, which is up. You can do that right now. Just look for Andrew McCarthy on Twitter, and every one of the photographs are just astonishing. He has a picture. I think I may have shown this one. Of a picture of the sun. It looks it's the same angular size as it is in this picture, except it zoom in a little bit more. And there's a rocket launching that is going across the face of it. Actually, just kind of like the 1/4 of it. And it is astonishingly beautiful. You have all this rich color like you see in this. and then the silhouette of the rocket, and you can see through the exhaust gases and see the swirl of the gases and all that kind of stuff at the same time. It's just amazing photograph, and I'm trying to encourage people to buy his calendar. It's really worth the money. It costs more than most of those pretty calendars, but it's made by one guy, and he's trying to make his living off of it. So
I'm sorry, Jenny, but you mentioned a piece of dead technology. What exactly is a calendar? Is that thing at the bottom of my screen?
Well, yes, and you can get them digitally if you want. He sells them that way too. No, this is just 12 pictures in a book. That you can cut up and frame later.
Yeah, a calendar is like a piece of wallpaper that has a notepad hanging under it.
I've heard that rumor.
I think I still have a calendar on my refrigerator from many years ago. I haven't taken it off.
Athena, if you're going to be here, you know the rule.
I have one from 2019. I have one from 2019 staring me in the back of the head this very moment.
Or show your butt.
Yeah, Porpoise, she knows the rules. She just doesn't give a fuck.
No, she was in that position because she had to fart.
Why should the cats obey rules that were created by humans?
I'm not the one who made that rule. You did.
Okay, I found the image that Jenny was talking about, and it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Are you going to put it up?
I did. Somebody else has to push a button.
Oh, sorry, it got buried.
Which one are
Isn't that just unfucking believable? I mean, just be able to nail that photograph, much less so technically incredible. It's wow. And he's a good-looking young man. I'd do him.
This is a SpaceX rocket being launched through the sun. Is that what we're looking at?
Well, I thought it was an egg rejecting Elon Musk's sperm.
Look at that! All
that way, doesn't it?
All that plasma that you can see. It's just, oh my god! Like, how is it unbelievable?
And the vapor trail just, it's fucking amazing. You people think you've seen Ember Excited? Show me some space photos.
This guy photographs the moon. This guy photographs the moon with a series of filters, and when he's doing his HDR stacking in Photoshop, he comes up with these pictures of the moon that are multicolored. Okay, that you can actually see different mineral structures on the moon based on what kind of rock or that shit regolith on it. It's amazing to see the moon in color. It's not just this big gray thing.
So, Mommy, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
So these things that look like scars, Aunt Jer was asking, they're clusters of sunspots. When you get close, you can see they're just slightly darker. And because this is like thermal type stuff, because the sun is very, very, very hot and thus very, very bright, these are areas that are just slightly less bright, so they look dark. And they tend to come in clusters because of the way the sun's magnetic field tends to organize. It's a whole thing, but that's why all these different areas are like all swirly and whatnot. It's the magnetic fields moving the plasmas around.
So
I have to admit that, yes, one of my thoughts was that this was a needle injecting the sperm to do an artificial insemination.
It does look like that, doesn't
it? So I saw something interesting today, kind of nerdy, but I just couldn't believe I found it because I brought in a Guess Who game for educational purposes to work one day, and I looked up. It's like, is this as good for what I think it is for teaching computer science? And then I found like someone had actually done a paper on how to win Guess Who in 5 games using like machine learning, or 5 guesses using machine learning.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, maybe I was okay. I was not expecting to see like an academic computer science paper on the game Guess Who.
I did see an article complaining about the Guess Who game because everybody in it was white. They did not really have
black
much
character.
of a... Huh?
The one in the 90s that they used to sell had like one black character.
And sure, the light-colored ones would be areas that are hotter than the rest of the surface.
So the new version I bought has like a regular one where they are all white, unlike the regular person. But if there's a superhero one where they're all different colors.
I'll be right back.
Some of them are even natural.
These raised areas, they're lighter because they don't have the darker swooshes to them. I mean, there is hotterness, but you can see the texture of the waves. Like they're not just surface level. Some of these are miles and miles high, like ocean waves, really. And because they don't have the dark part breaking them up, they look brighter because there's less dark. But we do have the opposite kind of sunspots too, that are these brighter areas. That's where heat from down beneath is welling up, and it's sort of like on Earth, right? Like the molten rocks are still rocks, but they're glowing because they're hotter, kind of thing.
So the light spots are comparable to volcanoes or geysers or what have you.
Often, not always. Sometimes it's also just plasma doing plasma things.
Excuse me.
So pretty, and it does look so much like a freaking egg. What with all the tendrils and shit.
Yeah.
I think this is Jenny's. I'm thinking this picture is Jenny's revenge for that god awful calculus joke.
What if that's how we get like binary star systems? Is when a sun gets fertilized and it divides. And then eventually, you know, after a few more billion years, it'll divide again, and we end up with 4 stars in a system, and then eventually you get like a whole celestial being.
Well, listen, I have seen like one great explanation for where babies come from, but my favorite one is that it's just an off by 1 error in the calculations.
Babies come from mommies.
Okay, just to give people some reference for scale, the sun is 109,493 times the diameter of the Earth.
Yeah, the Earth would fit in some of those sunspots, some of the bigger ones, but yeah, we could drop the Earth right into a sunspot.
Yeah, so some of those waves that you're seeing on the sun would be larger than the oceans on Earth.
Nope, no.
Larger than the Earth on the Earth.
Mm-hmm. But you know, Senator Ron Johnson of Wisconsin says that it's those sunspots that are causing climate change because they're so hot.
Well, then why aren't the Republicans funding the giant fire hose to cool down the sun?
We need to send more comets to cool down because they're balls of ice, right? Crash some comets into the sun. Either those are secretly the sperm and will fertilize it, or they'll cool it because they're ice. And that's not how that works. Once you get past 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit, the water splits into hydrogen and oxygen. And you know what happens when you heat up oxygen and hydrogen together?
Boom.
Well, you guys don't have to. You guys don't have to worry about. You guys don't have to worry about climate change at all. Well, Trump is taking care of it by eliminating the use of the word climate change in the.
Oh, that's right. We can't say that anymore, can we?
Yeah,
we can say it. We're not government. Well, we're not federal government employees.
Well, yeah, but they'll keep records and get you later.
So he's taking care of the problem by just eliminating the word or use of the word.
Well, also making sure none of us live long enough to do anything about. We'll all be dead long before climate change actually would kill us. Thanks, Trump.
I think there's a lot of people who are grounded various weather events this year that would disagree.
Hey, those 5 tornado warnings weren't at all annoying or scary.
And also, Ember, ice would just lock everything up anyways.
Yeah, well, thanks to ICE getting rid of most of the laborers, their construction companies are having problems even repairing from the last hurricane, let alone the next one to come.
I still see damage. I still see damage around here from 2 hurricanes ago.
Yep.
Besides, when I went to go get ready for the school year, I picked up some amazing weather control technology in the stationery section. Unlike the version Trump used, this was even remarkable.
It's a Sharpie joke.
Well,
I think people got it.
Actually, that would make sense. If you could make the hurricanes be stationary out in the ocean, then they won't destroy cities.
Well, so far they've been staying out in the ocean for the most part in my area, so that's good. But hopefully they do that.
Afraid of ice. They don't want to get deported.
There you go.
Or are the hurricanes just figuring that Florida's gotten so bad that even they don't want to go there anymore?
Yeah, maybe.
Except
Andrew's going to redistrict us.
So, speaking of which, would you like to get? I mean, I've been doing Clapper. I just hit 2K, and one of my, I had like a couple videos go over 1,000, like 2,000 views recently, but one of the ones that seemed to get the most traction was just me saying, it's like, I'm concerned about the growing divide in this country between those who accept reality and those who vote Republican.
Yep.
Same. I've been trying to get to the bottom of things. I'm like, why are people aggressively stupid? Still haven't figured it out, but the research continues.
Well,
Bit
and
of
more and more
brainwashing
people
and bit, you know.
Yeah. More and more people are questioning Trump's policies, and now it's not just poor people, but Republicans who are, small business owners are realizing that, his tariffs are hurting us.
I mean, if you're only getting your news from Fox.
What were you about to say, Jenny?
I uploaded another Andrew McCarthy shot of actually 4 in 1, so you can take a look at all of them and see what the kid can do. He's probably in his 30s.
Want to stop showing that? Who's doing the showing on the current image here?
You don't need me to stop sharing. You can just take it off the screen. But
there we go. Because if you stop sharing, then it goes away on the trade underneath here. If I take it off the screen, it stays down there.
All right.
Yeah, I had clicked on it to display it, so I guess I had to click it off.
And if I try and get rid of it from the this tray down here with all you other people, it'll kick you out.
Oh, and Jenny, I promise to take my good camera so you can all experience my discomfort in wearing that dress this weekend.
I'm missing what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
I had to buy a dress to go to a wedding.
Oh.
Okay. So Andrew McCarthy, I was getting results saying he was 62.
No, not a chance.
It's for Andrew McCarthy, I think.
He sure is.
Not the one
the
that I know.
photographer is the actor.
No.
According to the internet, maybe it's lying to me. It's
Could
been
be.
Andrew.
I've been following the guy for a couple of years.
Well,
And
here's
he's-
the other
it's-
picture Jenny wanted to show.
But look at that picture of the moon with multicolor.
Yee.
And that's
No,
not a
it's
very
not.
good reproduction of it, actually.
It's still better than my Nikon P500 or Coolpix B600 to manage.
Well, if you're shooting pictures of celestial objects, you have to have a P900 or a P1000.
You actually can do fairly decent photos. Well, I'd use one of the B series, like a B500 or something like that. But it doesn't matter. You just have to stack the images, which means you need a really good celestial mount.
Yeah, well, I mean, most of them would get a lot better if they would just use a tripod, but
that too.
Or turn off autofocus and realize that infinity means sharp at a distance.
Oh, it's so frustrating.
I love when these guys, oh look, see, these stars are made of water. See them ripple. No, man, that's called autofocus.
Hey,
look at that wide! Look at that fisheye lens, dude. That's not a fisheye lens.
I'm not about to be a professional photographer at any time soon, but my Nikon Coolpix B600 could take decent pictures of the moon.
Oh, they're great cameras. They're absolutely just the pink one is the sun.
But I found the Coolpix B600 was a much better wildlife camera.
Oh yes.
And sure, there's a variety of H alpha filters and other types that you use to photograph the sun, and they will give it a different hue. There's some that'll render it in white, some yellow, some red. It all depends. He has another picture of the sun he does where it's that same color as we saw with the H alpha color of the rocket ship, and he's not the first to have done it, but this is one of the best ones I've ever seen where he's got the ISS passing over it, and it's just the razor sharp. It's just holy fuck, this kid is amazing.
Okay.
So since it was brought up, does he have any pictures of an egg rejecting Elon Musk's sperm?
We already looked at that one.
I would think that's an easy one.
I'm guessing this is him.
Yes, that's him.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So how old did it say he was?
The internet told me 62, but this is not the same dude.
Yeah, well,
I didn't think it was.
I'm asking Mates if he found the picture. Did he find something that said his age with it?
Nope, don't see anything on his age.
Okay. But yeah, he looks like he's in his 30s.
I offered him a week's full of free sex if he would teach me astrophotography for a week. He didn't respond. Damn.
He probably does get a lot of offers, in fairness.
Yes, Hunter, that's how I talk to my cats all the time.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, Jenny, that promise just wouldn't work on me if I ever had anything you wanted.
Hey, not only is he talented, but he's a good-looking guy.
And apparently has better taste than I thought, so.
Hey. I would date him except for the fact that I think he violates the rule of being younger than my oldest daughter.
Oh, that's not a problem. Well, I wouldn't date him, but that would be a problem for me.
Yeah. Well,
Wait, did you
that's
say
my cutoff. I won't date anybody who's younger than one of my kids.
Okay,
now,
younger
if you said
than
your
your
niece, but
So
Well,
what's going to happen when your kids hit 60?
Yeah, well then, then I'll be about 80, so.
Yeah, well, like it's going to matter.
At a certain point, the age stops being a thing.
Yeah, well,
Kind of.
I just, at this point, I'm not going to date anybody under 40.
I really wish Spectrum would bring my internet service back up so I can stop using my cell phone.
Oh.
I don't even know why it's out this afternoon. It's not like we had storms come through here.
This new used phone I got is 5G, which I wasn't expecting. And it's amazing how much faster it is.
Yeah, my internet's been being flaky, but I think that has to do with them doing some construction on the street out here. I don't quite know what they're doing, but some kind of utility work, and yeah, it has been making my internet very flaky.
I had a long day, but hey, whatever.
Okay,
Oh.
Sinister Porpoise, you're going to have to do the German for us.
Just for the record, learning Spanish will not hurt you. Learning German will. Und es wird Ihnen gefallen. Sorry,
And
the German part is, and you will like it.
Ah.
So you are confirming that Germans are just all masochists, or all sadists, rather,
or sadists. Why not both?
Yeah,
I found another image of ridiculousness.
Based on all of them that I've met over my life in the German car business, yeah, I'd say both. I've never met a funny one. So,
oh, Germans are. That's not true. Germans can be hilarious, but they're more snarky. Like when the Germans first came to Pennsylvania, Benjamin Franklin went on some like anti-German rants. So the people who had settled in like southeastern Pennsylvania, the people who would become the Pennsylvania Dutch, just started publishing his rants in English and German, and then published responses in their own newspapers to make fun of him. Because I think he called them something like pigs or something like that, and they just made sure to go out of his way to let him know they were mocking him.
Okay, so according to the Google's AI, according to the Google's AI overview, Andrew, who is 33, but I can't confirm this since none of the citations actually seem to match up with what it's giving me.
I wouldn't really trust AI for much of that.
I'm not. That's why I'm saying I'm not trusting it. That's why I'm saying I can't confirm it.
Okay, well, Demonord just put up a link to his Twitter page, which from there also has a link of where to go to order the calendar.
And he also has his own Reddit. I mean, of course, he has like his own Reddit account, but he has like a Reddit subpage. I found on his user page rather than his fan page, he's got one of those moons Jenny was talking about, and it's ridiculous.
Spring is here. Wait, that's the wrong song.
Oh, and he's a cat guy too.
Your wet steer.
Okay, and Antjer again, I will need a translation.
Why not both?
That phrase has almost reached the point that it's like not even Spanish; it's just universal.
You can raise.
I know very, very little Spanish. I can say pañales canciones ríos hablas para niños y niñas.
Muco cracas.
Yes, I know it's muy bueno.
I'm still working on English, although I have been constructing my my British American lexicon, which the working title is "What is a lorry and how did you get hit by one in a zebra crossing?"
That seems complicated.
It's a working title, But the whole point is just so that if you're talking to someone who's across the pond, you might be able to understand most of what they say.
You can raise votes like nobody else as he danced.
Okay, I sent one more picture up of Andrew's, and I'll stop after this one. This I grabbed for Porpoise to see.
I really don't want to see.
No, you do.
Just for the record, I really don't.
Yeah,
want
you
to
do.
See.
You talk about your camera, and your camera is very, very capable. And this photograph is an example of why I say that, because
My
it's
Nikon D3500.
Yeah, because it's taken with basically a lens arrangement that you can have on your zoom. It's the equivalent of a 135 millimeter lens in 35 millimeter, which is a very, very minor telephoto lens.
Okay.
Look at that.
I take
that
it
looks like a lemon to me. It's a space jellyfish, Purple. Holy crap.
All right, so I'm not questioning the capability of the camera to do this. I do question the capability of the camera's most common operator to do this.
It's valid.
But that's okay. Photography is a side hobby. It doesn't need to be, I don't need to be a professional.
It's true. Honestly, you have a lot more fun as an enthusiast than a professional, because with the professional, you're like constantly trying to get clients and putting so much effort into the business side of things, and it just it's awful.
Ooh, now you know why I quit being a professional.
Oh yeah, I know. I knew it before I hung up my shingle and shit. It just I need money so I can eat.
Oh, I'm in consultation with a maritime museum in Wisconsin, the Wisconsin Maritime Museum.
Oh, is it the
about accepting a photograph of mine into their permanent collection?
Oh,
awesome.
Excellent.
It'll take a month or so for them to decide because they're just that way, I guess.
Well, in their permanent collection, that gives you, some bit of immortality that even for decades after you're gone, people will still be admiring your work.
Well, I was in another permanent collection of the Leighton School of Art in Milwaukee, but the school closed down. So
that happens.
Permanent is a relative term.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was really proud of that because it was an art school in Milwaukee that was very highly regarded and started by two lesbian women.
Oh yeah.
And it was finally put out of business because people with money decided they didn't want a couple of lesbians hanging around and having that kind of power. And
my greatest dream was to become such a famous author that somebody would name a library after me.
Really, I was one of my own newspaper column. Never managed it though.
It's overrated. The pay is crap.
Oh, I was a journalist for 7 years. I know. I get paid more now. A lot more.
As a teacher? God,
As a teacher.
Is bad. I know that, teachers in public schools don't get paid very well at all.
They're usually... I think people overstate how bad off they are most of the time because, well, you're not going to be rich being a teacher. You're usually not poor either. Mm-hmm. You're just not going to be, like, super anything. And part of it just depends where you work, what school you work for, what the average. A lot of it has to deal with property values because we fund our schools through property taxes, which is the absolute wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm against that. We need a different way of funding.
Well, I think public schools, they should gather up, all the tax collected in the state. And then each school district should get an amount of that based on how many students they have attending.
Well, there are things schools need that aren't just student based.
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. There's, the capital cost involved.
Like there's costs for the building and building upgrades, technology.
Yep.
Things to support the teachers and the students, like the cafeteria, the whiteboards and chalkboards the teachers use.
Yeah, my cousin is a teacher, and being a teacher is the only job where you steal office supplies from home to bring to work.
That's not nice.
That's
true.
It's not nice,
That's
but
reality.
It's true.
So is the school you're working at, it's still using physical textbooks, or have they switched over to all digital?
It depends on the class and the teacher. Students have the option, like if there is a physical textbook, they can use it.
Okay.
For my computer science classes, we have a physical textbook. I'm not using it right now because one, it just wasn't available for the first couple of weeks. And two,
Molly's son has just started high school, and the school has issued all the students iPads. So instead of carrying textbooks, all of their textbooks can be read on the iPads.
Well, I mean, our students have Chromebooks, which are cheaper.
Probably. I don't know why the school selected iPads in particular, but just the idea that, yeah, they're not carrying a backpack full of textbooks anymore.
Apple has long had like a long-standing relationship with educational institutions.
Yep. Oh yeah, I know. Way back to the Apple II era. Apple really got a lot of their computers in schools before anyone else did.
And they're still popular with creative types just because the software is still a little bit better, even though those of us who use like Windows PCs have options for the creative stuff now with Adobe. And those of us who are Linux users can get Adobe working on our stuff eventually.
Yep.
Adobe doesn't like it, but we can do it.
Oh yeah.
We're supposed to do well, not here, but very, very close to here. We're on the line of what's going to get frosted and what's going to freeze tonight. So,
harvest your potatoes.
Summer's over.
See, that's another reason why I don't want to move to Minnesota.
Is it still? Have you not had your equinox there in Pennsylvania?
I'm sure Pennsylvania has had its equinox. That's not where I live.
I was trying to think of it. I'm like, I know Pennsylvania's been in there at some point, but I'm like, also you and Purple rode to Kentucky together, so that Pennsylvania doesn't make sense, but I didn't have a better thing to say. So I'm like, fuck it.
Porp is in Indiana, and Indiana has completely rejected and banned daylight savings time and the equinox.
Hey.
Because the Earth is flat, according to Indiana.
Well, in Indiana it is.
No, that needs a correction. Indiana is so forward-thinking, it adopted daylight savings time in 2006.
Did it really? I didn't know that.
Yep. Yes.
And the locals hate it. It's like...
So does everyone else, to be fair.
I don't really see the point.
No, I think we should just stay on summertime hours year-round.
I think we should. I'm always the most extreme, but I think we should switch to planetary time. People are like, oh, but the adjustment period when suddenly 1900 is when the sun is at the highest point in the sky. You'll get used to it in like 4 days. And then everything will make sense over the whole fucking world. It's like the metric system.
That sounds good.
So
I'm with that.
To change.
What did you say, Jenny? I didn't hear you.
I said people are just so unable to change. Everyone is so stuck. It makes me crazy.
Yeah, I guess I can see universal time, and that would make conducting business much easier.
I think we should also decimalize the time system.
Oh, metric time. Yeah.
Actually, France tried to do that when they first went to the metric system.
Yeah, I think
they had divided the day into 10 hours with 100 minutes to each hour.
And that was what year?
1770
something.
Yes, whenever the French Revolution was.
Yeah, I'm going to say like 1786, but I'm not sure if that's exactly right.
Clocks barely existed.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, that they already had clocks all over Paris that were kept in sync. So the city of Paris had street clocks that were all kept in sync together, so that nobody wanted to abandon those to go to the metric time. They had a really ingenious system for those. That to keep them all in sync, it was one clock, and they were all connected by air tubes. And the one central clock each minute would send out one pulse of air, and that would make all the clocks in the city increment 1 minute.
So it was the original internet. It was a series of tubes.
No, it was a network.
I used to have a watch that was...
You think I'm joking? I'm not.
I used to have a watch that was the face of it was a reduced version of a BMW tachometer in a race car, and it went up to 10,000 RPM. And I told people that it was a watch that I'd gotten directly from BMW as a prototype for them adapting or creating and adopting a metric time function. And and I would read the, I can tell stories, and I would read the time off to them like that. It was, let's see, the time now is 10:07 o'clock. And they would believe me.
Well, what we're looking at here is one of the French decimal clocks.
Oh shit. That's insane.
Jenny, it sounded like you said the time was 10:07.
Yes,
so
I
does
did.
that mean I have to roll dice to find out what time it is?
What's a D7 anyway? I mean,
It's a
I've seen some
seven-sided
weird.
die, obviously.
That's amazing. Mage, send me that one. I had
mean-
never heard of that before.
All the actual dice you can roll are even numbers like D4, D6, D8,
No.
D10, D12, D20.
No, I have seen dice you can buy that are for odd numbers as well. The
Well-
most common design for them is basically just a cylinder with a number of flat sides.
Oh, that's cheating.
Yeah,
I hate
well,
that.
that's the
I like
easiest
to
way
take.
for them to do odd numbers.
Yeah, like if you need a D3, right? You can just take a D6 and repeat 1 through 3 instead of 4, 5, 6,
Yeah.
But there's a D14 would be difficult to do though. I'd have to think about that for a minute. But I mean, you could just make it with 7 sides, or at least 7 sides it's capable of landing on. Curve the others.
Well, then you could have 2 numbers for each face, a large size number and a small size number, and one is the first number you'd roll and the other one is the second number you roll.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like how you do percentile dice. You roll.
Percentile dice?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Instead of rolling a D100, you roll 2 10s, and one of them has a little 0. So that's the tens digit, and the second one is the ones digit.
Right.
And if you get double 0, it's 100.
I know someone who has an actual D100.
I've seen those too. I'm too poor to afford them, but they're
Yeah, I've
pretty
never
neat.
bought one, but I have seen them.
They're
I've
great
seen
for
them used
throwing
at the
at
gaming
people.
conventions.
Of course, I also have a die that I got the last time I went to Gen Con that just says rock, paper, scissors. Which, if you've ever played like the White Wolf Old World of Darkness LARPs, it's like you play rock, paper, scissors to do things, which is irritating.
I don't think I ever played rock, paper, scissors. It was always, the game master was always like just arbitrarily determining difficulties based on whim and bribery.
Well, White Wolf is a different game and different system, and the tabletop version uses D10s, but the live action version for the Old World of Darkness has you play rock, paper, scissors and bid trades. It is one of the worst ways to do it I've ever seen, but
Does the newer version for more players then you play what, rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock?
no, the New World of Darkness just makes it the same as the tabletop, where you're rolling a D10, or you can have like a small deck of 10 cards and you just pull a card out.
That could work. I don't know. The LARPers I hang out with are either you can physically do it yourself or you can't. But like, what about wizards? That doesn't really track. So some adapt and have like these giant plushy dice that you could just roll on the grass or wherever.
I have one of those that
Yeah.
my sister-in-law sent me a giant D20 pillow.
All right. Sometime if you're ever in my, if any of you are ever in my area, I'll have to invite you to like the vampire LARP or the werewolf one, so you can get an idea of how those work.
Hot young vamps near you.
Couldn't you just instead like push 10 people off the building and And your number
Whoever
is based on
lands
how many
face up.
people land in a pile versus stretched out.
No, Jenny. You throw 10 people off a building, and your rule is how many survive.
Well, how big of a building?
Jenny, I think you're thinking of offer LARPs where you actually hit people with foam weapons.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, and
If your difficulty is 7, it's a 7-story building.
okay, see there.
Oh, so that works.
Yeah, that makes sense.
This is D&D in Russia.
Oh no. Sergeant,
you know,
what happened to your unit? I didn't roll well.
Well, you know, 5 out of 6 people say Russian roulette is completely safe.
You need to do that one on your TikTok.
I'm not doing. When I have a different job where I figure out how to restrict my account so my students can't follow me, I will do TikTok.
Clapper.
Well,
At any rate,
Clapper, rather.
if anybody was wondering, this is what a D7 looks like.
Okay.
Oh, what did I say? 7 sides you can roll and round the rest. Oh, I'm a fucking prophet.
Well, and apparently a 14-sided die there.
14, 22, 5.
Well, Ember, you do live in New York. Did you find a set of golden plates in a nearby hill close to your house?
I've looked and looked, and I mean, I'm sure the angel wouldn't show them to me because I'd immediately sell them for the gold value, so I could, eat.
Yeah,
but,
well, that's... I found the gold plates, and when I tried to melt them down, they turned out to be iron pyrite.
All right, so have you ever just, tried to wrap it around in a, wrap something heavy around in a towel and just tell 11 people it's golden plates and try to get them to testify to it?
That would entail knowing 11 people in person, and that's just not in the cards.
Amber, you're supposed to put them in a big hat and stare into it with weird glasses.
No. That's how you.
I can kind of do that. I can pretend there's golden plates in my hat, and I'll be like, so the book says we need cake. Someone bring a cake. We need cake. It's
And I,
or garlic
Ember, having been warned of quickly parents, do hereby declare that the Lord said we need cake. And it came to pass.
And it came to pass.
That's whenever 2 or more of you gather in my name, you must bring cake.
This is the best religion yet.
Yeah, one of these days, if I ever do a Book of Mormon study, I will want to invite people on just to mock the silliness of it. Bronze Age submarines alone.
That was my favorite fucking show when I was over on Aaron's channel. I mean, the Bible study was great. I learned stuff every fucking show. But the Joseph Smith show, hilarious. Oh.
Yeah, that was my introduction to you, Ember.
Oh, over on Aaron's?
Yep.
I looked a little different back then.
And Jenny, if you have a TikTok, just send me so I can follow.
Oh, no way. I don't let anybody follow me. Oh, no.
Are you?
Those damn people following you on the TikToks and shit.
I'll tell you what it is. It's really easy. JENNIMMMM.
Just keep adding M's.
No, four M's.
I know.
Exactly. As in taste good,
Yep.
Eat me.
Like cake. Jenny, are you secretly cake?
I'm sorry, what?
Are you secretly cake?
Nobody's ever asked me that directly, but I do tend to lean towards being a tart. I prefer being a tart than a cake.
There was a show on the Food Network called Is It Cake?
Exactly. Some
Where
surprising
the-
things can be
Yeah,
cake.
the panel had to guess which items in the room were actual items and which ones were actually just decorated cakes.
Okay, Jenny, you should have had a new follower.
In theory.
Assuming, well, I've had some weird issues with TikTok where it's not letting me follow people. It seems to be much better now that I've given it a name that isn't my real name. But
back in a second.
I think we all want to get out of the United States at some point, especially unless.
I just checked on TikTok. It hasn't registered you yet, but TikTok's slow with that kind of stuff.
It's true. I mean, I'm slower, but still, it's true.
I mean, I only have a couple videos there, and it's just like.
I've cut back quite a bit from TikTok, dealing with all these flat Earth lunatics and trans community haters. Was really starting to have a bad effect on me, so I pulled back, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be active on it again.
I'm sorry to hear that, Jenny.
Well, I mean, I just unfortunately, that's going to be any social media site as it is. It's like,
well, sort of. There's some that are. I mean, there's toxic people everywhere, but some of them are like all toxic people, and some there's large communities of positive people. But yeah, I very much feel that. I haven't been doing much on TikTok in a while, and like the trans positive news channel that where I keep the good news from the transpositions, the back catalog, I eventually turned off the comments just for the whole channel, no comments, because it's all haters, thousands of them. I mean, the good news is there's the thousands of views, but fuck, nope, comments are off. I almost deleted the channel, but there's at least a couple of people that it matters to.
Yeah,
the thing that pisses me off most about it, Ember, you know, when I'm on live and stuff like that, is that it's the people who are calling and are ragging and being the most hateful are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, maybe even up to 25. That people this young, this ignorant, okay, oh, sex is XX and XY. Well, could you tell me what the other 16 permutations of XX and XY there are in the XXXY paradigm? You know, and what?
I know. I'm like,
you should have learned
your genotype, buddy.
Yeah, you should have learned human sexuality beyond the 11th grade. You know,
Yes,
they're 100 years behind science.
these are the same people, or rather, these are the same type of people who are surprised who are that age when I just say, "Oh yeah, this seemingly big number to them is a power of 2." And they're like, "How do you know that?" It's like, I have a computer science degree. You guys need to learn powers of 2 too.
Degrees don't mean anything to them.
I need a tutu.
And they all think that the only way you can be educated is if you have a degree. You know, they don't think that in my case, having read every piece of information, science, research paper, survey, whatever, I got my hands on over the last 50 fucking years, that I don't know anything. You know?
unless what you believe, unless what you're saying is contradicts what they think, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's hard to read a lot of papers if you don't have the necessary background.
Like
that is true, but I have gotten
Jenny?
I don't know if I have the necessary background, but I know medical language and
Jenny,
things.
I can fix that. You send me $5,000. You wait 6 months. You promise me you did all the homework, and I'll send you a degree.
I didn't know you worked for Patriot Bible University.
I was just gonna say you have to send a dissertation that starts with "Hello, my name is Jenny."
Okay.
Yeah, I should look into doing one of those just to be able to say to these stupid fucking flat earthers and trans haters that yes, I have a degree.
How many
I
people?
don't care how valid it is. They never say, "Oh, well, what school is it? Harvard? Is it Wisconsin? University of Wisconsin?" Yeah, I have a degree.
How many people are going to look at the degree close enough to realize it says St. Cloud Street instead of St. Cloud State?
Somebody sent me a PhD. So my left nut has a PhD in science and stuff.
Hey,
there you go.
The piece of paper I have actually says Indiana State University.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What about when the people
I'm not discounting actual things. I'm just looking at, well, if these people are so stupid, they're not going to know the difference of anything I say. I can say whatever I want about a diploma as long as I actually have one, valid or not.
I think with the path Purple is suggesting, I could actually send the money into Patriot Bible University and have a PhD before I have my master's.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you want to give them your money when you could give it to me? You know, $5,000 would mean I'd really eat well for the rest of the year. Well, and all next year.
You know, some of these online universities, and I don't know the quality of all of them. I'm not trying to impugn that, but their advertising is very interesting. You know, they used to advertise, oh, you know, come get an education. Oh, come finish your degree, and oh, you know, take part in the campus lives online, and but now their advertising hook is, we can get you a master's degree for only XX number of dollars.
Yeah,
master's degrees are expensive.
Yeah, I know they are, but that's their advertising. Oh, well, we could compete with that college based on price.
Well, most of the people getting master's degree aren't like traditional students anymore. They're people going back, like teachers who need to go back or who want to do dual credit, or just people who need to get a master's for some reason, like advancement in their career. Or...
I'm just saying that the focus of their advertising has gone from things like education and that sort of thing to dollars.
Yeah.
They're not promoting the education, they're promoting the dollar deal that you can get.
Yeah, they're promoting themselves as being discount colleges rather than before they were trying to work so hard to be seen as legitimate.
My nephew has University of Phoenix master's.
Yeah. Well, and some of them are good degrees. Some of them actually have sound courses.
And
it took him 3 years to get it.
Surprisingly, the Purdue Online Global degree is like terrible, even though it's with Purdue University. Because if you go to Purdue University in person, it's a good school. But its online program is just awful.
I just have trouble even thinking about wanting to go back to school, because they always say, well, send in your high school diploma. You know, well, A, that's 55 years ago. Why would I still have it? And B, it's not in my name. So
that
fuck them.
Is sometimes a bit of, you know, now that you mention it, like none of my diplomas are in my name. That would be an issue at some point.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had to do that when I actually did have to go back to my high school to get my diploma.
I was going to say, can you by any chance get the school to issue you a diploma under your new name?
Some of them probably. It's probably like routine at this point, but the ones that like have actively no trans at all period ever policies, that might be more difficult.
I think that would vary with the school. Yeah.
It might be interesting to go back to Milwaukee Public Schools and call the administration and try and track that down. Is there somebody that can, you know, send me a diploma acknowledgement or something in the correct name?
But other than, okay, sorry.
I don't need the paper to say diploma, and my legitimate name. I need the records to show it. And if they can alter the records, I don't care about getting a diploma.
Right. I never got an actual high school diploma, just the transcript. I'm like, that's what I need, you know?
So I'm curious at this point. I mean, if you want to get a degree just to get a degree, I'm fine with that. But would it serve any other purpose for you at this point, Jenny? I mean,
No, absolutely not. And it would be just so that I could say to these people who think that that's all important and to justify my knowledge of trans, then I'd be happy to pay some money to some illegitimate firm and get a damn thing that says bachelor's degree and say, fuck you, I have this from this. You know, I don't even have to say this. All I have to do is say yes.
Send me your money.
Genital studies.
Send me your
Okay.
money. You can't get any less legitimate than a degree from Lego University.
so here's my recommendation. Just start referring yourself to Dr. Jenny whatever, EGG.
EGG?
Yes, 8th grade graduate.
Trump all those 7th graders.
Seriously.
I think
Go ahead, Purple.
I think that she should go with Dr. Jenny BMW.
No. They'd sue me.
Too pretentious.
BMW has sued people that work for their dealerships for having a belt buckle from a hood ornament.
But Jenny, not only did you graduate from BMWs, you wrote the friggin' textbook.
No, that would be the University of Isetas.
Oh, okay.
See, I've argued with these people online, and they value education so little that they're no longer bringing up their lack of qualifications in most of the arguments I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Although recently I had someone tell me, it's like, I think a straight or a jacket with buckles in the back would do you good. And I was like, I thought he was talking about my seatbelt at first, and I realized it's like, so I just responded back with like, not without a few dinner dates and setting up a safe word first.
Yeah.
Good response.
Yep.
One of the questions we ask people when they're seem exceptionally stupid, challenging trans concepts, is we just say, well, what shape is the Earth? when they say flat, we just cut them off. Bye.
Or when they get mad and they're like, why would you ask that? Well, you're promoting one dumbass conspiracy theory. Maybe you believe in others.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hey, let's be fair to a conspiracy theorist. They do make the people they hate sound awesome.
Sometimes.
Oy vey.
That's true of transphobes too. Like they're we're so overpowered that we can't even be allowed in the US military because we'll just like wipe out the enemy before the rest of the troops get there or something.
Yeah, well, we're dangerous, so why won't they let us be dangerous to an enemy?
Yeah.
I mean, usually when I hear conspiracy theorists go on about a certain group, it's like, damn, how do I join these people you hate?
Due
It's
to
like-
the ban on, and I'm sorry I'm so terrible with names, but due to the ban on trans people in the military, the Navy had to discharge a woman with a 40-year career who had been a fleet commander.
Yep. That's absolutely true. I've read that myself.
What would you want a degree in, Jenny?
Legitimately, if I actually went back, I would probably seek out something in gender studies, because it's appropriate to my life.
Just your general thing.
Yeah, something in gender
You
studies.
can get a gender studies degree. For a limited time only, apparently, with this administration, but...
Right.
Well, maybe you can do online from a college in Canada to get a gender studies degree.
It's weird. It would be weird to go back to school for something like that, because I have actually gone to the University of La Crosse campus and done classes for somebody who I know that teaches gender studies things.
My favorite, I mean, one of the weirdest things about being a non-traditional student taking classes on campus is like when the professors get up there and tell you, it's like, when I was your age, and it's going to be even weirder for you because I was like, what, 5 years from now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you were my age, no, you've never been my age. And it's going to be a long time till you are.
Well, and just trying to explain to younger people what life was like without cell phones and the internet.
I love the videos of taking current high school students and handing them a dial telephone and say, make it work.
You know, believe it or not, there are certain things that are coming back surprisingly, like bulletin board systems.
Are they?
And dial-up internet. Yes, hobbyists are bringing back dial-up bulletin board
Oh,
systems.
I loved running a BBS. That was so much fun.
That's actually how I met my ex. She ran a BBS.
And Gen Z wants to dial up internet connections again.
Well, you know, for a lot of stuff, that's all that you need. You know, if you're just doing chat stuff and that, you know, that's plenty fast. 9600K baud.
56.
Well, yeah, if everything's all text. Then
Oh, that's right. It did go beyond 9600, didn't it?
Don't let the
well,
kids
now you know
know.
where I stuck.
Well, 56.6K was the limit of what you could send over the analog phone lines.
I went from analog and having a BBS to getting a DSL DSL line.
Yeah,
DSL.
I was connecting to a bunch of BBS systems with my Commodore 64 in the 80s and 90s.
We got cable internet before our phone company even offered DSL. Like the cable company was so far ahead of the curve and the phone company was so far behind that we just skipped the DSL phase entirely.
I was paying $50 a month for DSL line in the 80s and 90s. I mean, that doesn't sound much now because of what we pay for like cable, but just a single damn line.
I mean, I pay $60 now for my. It's the fastest internet I can get in my area, and it's $60 a month.
And I still have the same phone number for that DSL line. It's now my cell phone number.
Yeah, the cheapest internet I can get in my area is $100 a month now, and that's the cheapest level that I can find.
You should qualify for that federal program of
Yeah, the
access.
Republicans canceled that. It's not being funded anymore.
So much Trump has done is going to be undone as soon as he's out of power, and I don't think he realizes it.
Yeah, I used to qualify for that program, and I was getting the internet for basically half price on that.
There you go. How's that, Jenny?
Oh, I gotta read this. I don't know if you should use the name Jenny. I think it should probably be my given name, but okay, we'll look.
Okay, I can't read the small text under Jenny's name.
Jenni Morgan, PhD in gender stuff.
Oh, okay.
Gender stuff.
And its signature is some asshole.
Okay.
All right, send it to me. I'll use it. I really regret not having gone back to school to finish my degree once I got over my personal head case issues.
Yeah, well, I just couldn't afford to go to college. I got a year at a technical institute, and even that was, you know, really putting me in hock with getting student loan for that.
At best today, I would audit a few courses just because I like to learn shit.
The good news now is you can go into debt and you'll probably be taken away and you'll stiff some billionaire. So you've got to look on the bright side.
It's true. I figure eventually I'll die and you know there goes a vast chunk of the nation's student debt. It's fucking wild. But yeah, I mean, I got to learn a whole bunch of nifty stuff that I never would have studied on my own, because it didn't align with my interests and whatnot, all the various required classes and side things and so forth. But I'm using literally none of it. So
Yeah.
And there's a
Hey,
link. And there's a link
aren't
for the
jobs for any of it
there's-
in my area.
yeah. There's a link for generating the certificates. So if you want any more certificates,
Hey, but in my job, I get to learn great stuff too. Like going into debt and getting a computer science degree qualifies me to work at a GameStop.
Okay, yeah,
Well, it's a good thing that we saved GameStop then.
it's true.
Yes, because that's what I want to do with a computer science degree. Work at a GameStop.
yes. Well, what else are you gonna do with a computer science degree?
Teach computer science.
Stare blankly at people who ask me if I'd work at GameStop because I don't know how to respond.
It's important to have a computer scientist around because computers get sick so often. They need a doctor.
It's true. They need a doctor.
Wait, I thought computer scientists didn't believe in No, that's Christian scientists.
Right. The science of Christology.
Although
No, they-
sometimes when Windows doesn't upgrade, there's nothing you can do but pray.
Well, I'm sorry. God wants my children to die.
Hey, computer scientists believe in both sexes, 0 and 1.
I went from a 1 to a 0.
I should try that sometime. But I
Is that
don't
like
think
an
you'll get
on
it.
to an off?
No, I think no matter which you are, you're always on. There's.
Okay, we've been going over 3 hours. I think it's time to kind of wind it up for today.
Oh, we do that?
Well, that's up to the audience.
I started a 24-hour stream earlier this week, and so now streams just never end now. They just go forever.
Well, if you want to keep going, that's fine, but I might take a nap now.
Okay, good night. Ember, you and I got to do something together sometime.
Oh my!
I've really been waiting for you to ask, and you're not going to ask, so I'm going to tell you that I want you to ask.
And if you want to do something together,
fine, and if you don't, well,
right?
Okay, I know where I stand.
No,
That's fine.
People need to be blunt with me. If people want to to collaborate or whatever, you have to say so.
Okay.
Well, I'd be fine
Okay,
collaborating with you.
I am saying so because you and Bree have both promised to have me on at some time, and neither of you have ever given me a date.
You can just ask Ember to come on your stuff, and she will.
Come do what now?
You can just ask Ember to come on one of your streams, and she will, if she has the time.
That's probably true. I am quite the stream slut.
Really?
Exhibit A.
Can
Not that
I
I've
get
ever
Ember
done
on
anything
my
like
stream?
that.
You think I could get Ember on one of my streams?
Aren't
It's
you kind
possible.
of like doing that right now?
What was that?
Oh,
I mean,
It was a
Ember's been on the Mad Computer Scientist channel when
I can't duplicate it. Sorry.
Ooh,
Who
I
was
can,
I
I can
covering?
do.
I have this little thing that's is an aluminum block, and it's got a slot in it that goes all the way to the bottom, and it's got a little 8mm hole next to it that goes almost all the way to the bottom with a spring in it.
Why
What
does
am
Ember-
what did I blow across to get that sound?
A pen?
aluminum block with a hole and a spring.
Yeah,
No,
two
I-
holes. One is oblong and one is circular.
Is this the truck where someone zip tied the harmonica underneath?
No, but that's a wonderfully dastardly thing to do.
I love it.
How long did the driver look for the noise?
One of the things we used to do to customers that we didn't like. if they had a compass in the car, you know, those things you stick on the windshield that nobody has anymore.
Or
We
like
would,
the deer things.
No,
No,
this
just
is
magnetic
actual. This
compasses.
is actual fluid-filled compass that stuck to the
Yeah.
windshield.
Oh, okay. I mean, I
Okay.
was thinking on the outside. Never mind.
We
Was
would
just put 'em in.
we would all have old speaker magnets that we broke up into pieces, and we'd take a chunk of it of the appropriate size and kind of semi-glue it to the back of the compass where the driver can't see, and so it always says south.
I was telling Molly's son to do that. He had one of those Boy Scout compasses, and he was talking about, you know, how they go and do scout hikes. And I told him that he should take that one and put one of the little neoprene magnets on the bottom of it and give that to one of the kids that's bullying him. And that sucker will never come back from the hike.
I remember being in Boy Scout as we had to do a thing where we had to follow this compass around to different points. And unfortunately, the place they decided to do this in had power lines nearby, so that threw the compass off.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard somewhere that they can't use like magnetic compasses reliably on Lake Superior.
It's not just Lake Superior. It's magnetic compasses don't work anytime you want to go east to west. North to south are great. East to west, they start getting goofy. And when you have a ship that is mostly metal, a magnetic
it
compass
has
just
something
don't
to do
work
with
at
the
all.
iron content of the area.
Yeah. Yeah, the iron
They have to use
ore.
a different type of compass just because of like the iron content there.
Yeah, iron ore deposits can generate their own magnetic field.
I am unfamiliar with that. I know there's a lot of
And it
iron
throws
up
off.
north, but
No. In northern Michigan, I
And
was
it
very
throws off
much
ship
aware of it.
compasses on Lake Superior.
Yeah.
I had somebody
Yeah.
tell me a couple of weeks ago that it's not iron ore, it's taconite. Okay.
Listen, this is just
Alright.
one of those many things that I'm trying to forget because I don't need to know this.
But it's not Tuesday, it's Wednesday. Tuesday is taco night.
Oh yeah, taconite Tuesday.
Let's not be
So-
restrictive. You can have tacos anytime you want. You're an adult.
I am not.
All right, given
Okay,
given RFK Jr.'s recent discoveries, I'm wondering, I've never been interested in trains. So if I take more Tylenol, do I become interested in trains, or does it
we
just
should do a
boost my
study.
already existing
How-
autism?
No. It's your mom takes more Tylenol and you become interested in trains.
Oh, that's what I've been doing wrong. Damn it.
I was never interested
It
in
also
trains
explains a lot.
until I started working at Walthers, the model train manufacturer, and I didn't seek to learn anything about trains, but it kind of absorbed, because you're in that environment all the time.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of really interesting things about trains, actually.
I'm not saying it's just the stereotype. I have never been interested in trains.
The only thing I've been interested in trains is, when you see unusual types of train cars, I just wonder what they were designed for carrying.
Well, yeah, that can be fun too. Like, I mean, you've got your basic kinds. You've got the intermodal cars and the coal cars and the box cars and the baffle liquid cars. And then you've got these weird ones. And you're like, what the fuck is that? What does it do?
One of them I
Ooh, it's
investigated. When I lived in St. Paul, there was a freight train at the end of our block. And like twice a week, there were these trains that were 30 to 40 of these black tanker cars going by.
Mm-hmm.
And I followed it up, and the black tankers apparently were food grade. And
Okay.
all those trains I was seeing, that 30 to 40 tankers going by twice a week, were all corn syrup going to General Mills.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That was just all the corn syrup they used in all the General
Right.
Mills products.
So,
Well, you're talking billions of pounds of product. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to need that much. Watch a coal train that comes by with 200 freaking cars and takes a half hour to get past.
Speaking of trains, I think those of us who live in the Midwest judge trains by the quality of their graffiti if we get stuck behind one.
Yeah. See, I actually had an idea for that the train companies should make it a contest, that people could sponsor an artist to paint one of their cars. So then instead of the random graffiti, the trains become a traveling art show.
Hell yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Actually, I've seen, I think the UK has like 3 trains that are painted with the progress version of the pride flag, the one without the little intersect circle. And like the engine compartment is the chevron, and then the rest of the train is just rainbow stripes.
Very cool.
That's cool.
I forget if it's Denmark or Amsterdam, or maybe neither, that got so tired of graffiti that they established certain areas of the city to be graffiti zones, and then hired professional graffiti artists to do work, and it turned into just a giant art display.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should let Purple take a nap.
Yeah, well,
fair.
Sammy's son has already beat me to it. He is asleep on my
You're
lap.
taking too long, Purple.
Yep.
Boy, it
Okay.
must be really difficult life having to go through and compare your success to that of a cat. Come on, Purple. You're
I
better
mean,
than that.
if you're close to cat standards, you got it fucking made.
I was raised by cats, and
And
now
you're-
I'm retired.
And you're better
So I
than
should
them.
be sleeping 20 hours a day.
Well, I won't disagree with that.
Yep.
It's gonna freeze.
Only 20.
tonight.
Shoot for the moon.
Actually, I would love to find that image without the text on it.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it without the text.
Yeah. Just because it goes into my whole novel with the cat with the one race of aliens disguising themselves as cats. Anyway, so let's go around. Start with you, Porpoise.
All right, I am the Sinister Porpoise. When you think of Sinister Porpoises, think of the Sinister Porpoise. My YouTube channel under this name is dormant right now. If something ever changes, I will come back to that. As snarky as I ever was, although Ember has taken my hat thing, which I have passed the torch on to her.
Okay, you just inspired me. I'm going to start another YouTube channel just so I can get the custom name Dormant.
Ooh, what if I rename my channel Fancy Hats?
All right, you can follow me on Mad Computer Scientist 1 on YouTube. That's been inactive right now just because I've been busy. It's not that I want to leave it alone. It's just been busy. You can also follow me on Clapper, which is a TikTok-like app. You can download it for Android and iOS. It's Mad Computer Scientist over there. That I just do mostly silly jokes, and occasionally I will record my stand-up comedy routines and put them there. With that being said, be excellent to each other, and so long, and thanks for all the fish.
Fish.
Okay, Ember?
Oh, fine. I am Ember from Better Than Ember because I am better than Ember. And I do a whole bunch of shit. My channel is just overflowing with shows, live streams, and etc. There's a 24/7 stream going right now, in fact. I'm not attending my own channel. I'm an absentee landlord. But you can catch me live every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, and weekends in the evenings, sometimes on other channels. I'm in a bunch of other places too, like I do the Good News segment on Transpositions Weekly, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern time, which is why we need planetary time, but never mind that. I do a bunch of other stuff. Find all my links and resources and other creators, a whole bunch of shit at betterthanember.com.
Wait, Ember, you said that you've got live stream running now?
Right now, yes. It's a 24/7 replay of that morning show.
On which channel is that?
On my channel.
mean, you're showing the morning thing over and over and over in a big old loop.
Yeah.
Well, I've got days of content at this point. I've been doing it every weekday since August.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, it is not showing up in my YouTube feed. Did
Yeah,
they?
that's YouTube for you.
Oh, the algorithm does not like me. I'm trans. I'm intersex. I'm an atheist. I'm pro science. No, YouTube is having none of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm wondering if they unsubscribed me from your channel again.
Yeah, double check that. Make sure you're not unsubscribed.
Okay. The one question I've been meaning to ask you is: you are Ember from Better Than Ember, so how are you better than yourself?
It's complicated. To put it very succinctly, I am better than I used to be, because for just one of many possible answers, my brain functions considerably more effectively on estrogen than it ever did before. For one.
Okay.
So I'm better than past Ember.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Also puns. I love puns. I'm a sucker for puns. If you want my attention, talk nerdy to me. If you want a date, send me puns.
And thanks to Regios for putting the link to your live stream up there. Sorry, Reg, I didn't see you come in. Okay. Unfinished. How are your unfinished projects coming?
So Purpose, have you heard about the Let Freedom Sing project?
Ah, yes. The unfinished song of myth and legend.
Yes, exactly.
You've heard me. Clearly, you never heard me sing because. Wait, I should see where this is going first.
I'm asking if you know about it, because if you don't know about it, then I need to tell you about it.
I don't know about it. Tell me more about this fascinating project.
Tell him.
Tell me more.
All right, back in May, a non-binary park ranger at Yosemite.
Wait. I'm sorry. I don't understand non-binary. I'm a computer scientist.
Patagonia.
Sorry, go ahead.
Shannon Jocelyn, although I believe she is a friend of Patagonia's.
Oh, there's more than one. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why they're non-binary.
So she.
If there's two of them, it can still be binary.
So Shannon, and I believe Patty and some other friends, on a day off, went to El Capitan in Yosemite Park, I believe, and they went and hung up a trans pride flag on a part of the mountain that's normally used for hanging flags of whatever kind. And like about a month later, Shannon was fired for like some sort of nondescript actions unbecoming a park ranger or something of that sort.
Being trans.
Literally.
For expressing trans rights, so on hearing that story on the Transpositions network, I was kind of inspired to put together a project where I get a number of people singing the first verse of My Country 'Tis of Thee. And it'll be a combination of trans singers and allies. And when it gets to the final phrase of that verse, let freedom ring. Throughout the whole thing, there will be like a video montage playing. And when it gets to let freedom ring, that part of the video montage will be the trans flag unfurling across El Capitan. And Purple has put me in touch with the humanist guitarist who is part of a group called Artists Against Ignorance. And he's given me some, he's hooking me up with like a backing track to use. And I've got people lined up to sing.
You're cutting out.
I've got people lined up to sing the various parts of the song. I have like one or two spots still left. I could use a person of color and or a trans man. Well, when last I had talked to the,
I can still hear you just fine. And
yeah.
So
last you talked to.
Well, when last I talked to the humanist guitarist, he had asked me if I wanted him to make a backing track, and like this time last week, I thought that I had said yes, and when I checked on it a couple days ago, actually I had not said yes, but he had posted something on the Twitter group, which I thought was a response to that, but it was something different. So anyways, we've reconnected, and I said, yes, go ahead and do that. And I'm waiting on him to do that. And I've installed Audacity on my computer so I can work with stuff once I get everything. And so yeah, it's slow, but the wheels are moving.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of trans men in the community, so other than Dr. Ben, I can't think of who you could ask for that part.
There's Beck if anybody can find him.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
Yeah, Beck has been quiet for quite a few months now.
I ran into this guy on TikTok, Dr. Matt. He's a psychologist, trans man. He's living in Canada, but I doesn't know if he'll be able to come back. But I believe he is an American from Texas. He's Hispanic, and he's got I don't know what his singing voice is like, but he's got a beautiful speaking voice.
I'm a bit. Sorry, go ahead, Jenny. I'm just a bit confused here.
I'm done.
So I'm a bit confused. Are you asking me for help to find these people, or you're just letting me know the project exists? Because
I'm letting you know the project exists.
All right, because I think Ember might have more connections on YouTube than I do right now.
And Ember and I have been talking back and forth.
But Aunt Jer raises a good point. Bo, who lives with Dr. Ben and Bree, is also a trans man. I had forgotten that he actually made the jump.
Okay. And one that can sing is a different. I mean, I can't sing worth.
Yeah. Oh. And Native Atheist says he sees back on Noka's streams. So yeah, I haven't been over to one of his streams in a while, so I was not aware he was over there.
Is that the former Raging Atheist?
Yeah.
Or is that a different person?
Yeah, no, he had been under Raging Atheist, and he figures that chapter of his life is over, so he's renamed.
Former Raging Atheist.
Yep.
The former atheist, formerly known as Raging.
And
The
really,
now
I s-
somewhat calmer Atheist.
Well,
I
if it is the same person, it's the calmer person who was persuaded by Matt fucking Powell to become a deist.
So,
yeah.
What is this with what? I mean, should I not hold on to this idea that I'll be able to come back to YouTube someday because the job I never thought I'd have will be over 2 weeks from now?
Maybe.
I mean, eventually the Trump administration's going to do something.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked at fastest government, and it seems they usually only have a shelf life of about 20 years max.
Oh, good.
I doubt this one's gonna last that long.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I'm not the only one that's worried right now.
Yeah, I really hope this one doesn't last beyond next year because, it's like going to waste my best time.
I was born in a democracy. I want to die in a democracy.
Yep.
Amen.
So, Jenny, you have any final thoughts you want to make on any of these topics we ran over?
No, I'm just anxious for this to get the goddamn hell over. I got this whole fresh pack of batteries I need to try out.
And new vibrator.
Oh. Hey,
And if you want to try out a fresh pack of batteries,
Jenny, there's an idea for you, Jenny, that you can buy packs of different brands of batteries, and you can test for us which ones last the longest.
So you need to switch over to the ones that are USB e-chargeable.
Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to make it into a stream and charge Rayovac for it.
Yeah.
Batteries or vibrators?
It could be really good content though, because like if I can ever get my fucking surgery, I'm gonna need that info.
Yeah.
See if you go to.
Oh,
go
well,
to
in
the
that case,
USB
I'll take care of that. I'll take care of that right now. Hitachi wand.
All right.
AC powered,
All right.
infinite torque.
Yep. Okay, Mage, what have you got going on your channel?
Well, Sunday's a little bit up in the air, but I usually do my show on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. This week is actually my birthday on Sunday.
Hooray!
So it's a little up in the air as to whether I'll be doing a show or not, since somebody might decide to throw me a party. But if they don't, and I am just stuck here twiddling my thumbs, I might just stream. Maybe I'll do something where I throw out the link and let people come on, and if they want to. So that's basically what I got going.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't have anything scheduled other than being back here same time next week. Appreciate everybody coming. Appreciate all you people in the side chat. It would be nice if before you leave you can hit the little thumb there for me, and just so that there's some chance that YouTube might actually recognize that my channel still exists.
Pummel the buttons, folks.
Okay.
What did you just say?
Pummel the buttons.
Oh, I'm sorry. God, I don't hear very well. I thought you said, never mind. I shouldn't repeat it.
Okay, I don't know about Adam and Eve, but if you go to dirtydragon.com and use the code SURUS, I think you still get 15% off.
Oh no. I mean, probably, maybe. I'm flustered. Don't mind me.
So with that, we will see you all next week. Oh, and again, I'm almost forgetting that we need to thank all of our supporters.
Oh, don't forget your supporter.
Yep.
Kitty the Atheist, Robert X the Atheist, Greg Hartwick the Atheist, Sandy Shore the Atheist, Skid Scratcher the Atheist, Reggie, and Ginny the Voice. What's her actual name? She was in here earlier, wasn't she?
Junie Hatsu.
Okay.
But yes, and I really appreciate people that while the number of Patreon subscribers has not increased. The amount of Patreon has increased. So I am very thankful to those people who have decided to, send me a bit more each month. It helps me get through. I appreciate you helping to pay my internet bill for me.
Yeah, it's for anybody who hasn't subscribed to my channel. Well, I'm only eight subscribers away from reaching 100 subscribers. So come on.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So we need to do a bit of a subscriber push. Everybody post Mage's links out on whatever social media you're on and get them a few more people in there.
I will I have problems with next week's show. I'm going to see my toe whacker for the last time, and
okay.
that's at like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
We'll have to struggle and manage without you. It'll be okay. It'll be a challenge, I know, but
well,
I could send in some dirty jokes or something.
Okay, good. Then I won't have to edit the intro to take out the part about obscene language.
Well, I can always provide that if you need. I mean...
Yeah, well, that's always been Jenny's department, really. Okay, we'll see you all next week.
Are you saying I'm a
Bye-bye.
pig?
No, I'm saying you swear a lot. Usually in the first 10 seconds of the stream.